As things begin to cool down outside, they're just beginning to heat up here in the Mid-American Conference. A pivotal matchup takes us to Mount Pleasant as Central Michigan hosts Miami. Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Nathan Arbaugh. Alongside me, my partner, Jackson Vickers. A massive game for two teams trying to make their chance into the MAC tournament, but they're going in opposite directions right now.
Yeah, like you said, Nathan, both teams going in opposite directions. The Redhawks, they've won their last two. For the Chippewas, they've dropped the last three. So a big opportunity for both teams tonight to really make some movement in the conference standings.
Well, that's what we're going to take a look at. The conference standings are in a scramble right now. You look at it right here. Miami in the thick of it, tied with three other teams for that 7-7 record. It's Bowling Green, it's Akron, and the Chippewas just on the outside looking in for that 6th spot.
Yeah, so tightly contested from that 5 to 8 spot. And luckily for both teams tonight, Akron and Bowling Green are facing each other in 2 matches this weekend. So a good opportunity for both teams to really be able to make some movement and get within those top 6 spots.
Talking about big spots, a big event today for the Chippewas. For more on it, we go to our number 3, Tessa Nico.
We are down to the last 2 home games for the Chippewas, and emotions are going to be high. What is also high, as Nathan and Jackson mentioned, are the stakes for this matchup. Central is sitting at 8 in the MAC, and also Miami is at 7. So really, these teams need this win tonight if they want a ticket to the MAC tournament. Central especially, but yes, today is a special day for the Chippewas because they have some former CMU volleyball players here to cheer them on. It's alumni night, and 31 alums came out to support them. So maybe this encouragement will be that little extra spark they've been needing to turn things around and get these wins this weekend.
It has certainly provided that spark, Tessa. What is it going to take, though, Jackson, to provide a spark for the Chippewas and Redhawks to get it done?
Starting with CMU, they really got to play a complete 25. And all those sets against Ohio last weekend, they were tightly contested within 1 to 5 points of each other, but the Chippewas, they just could never really ever finish those sets. Then for the Redhawks, they got to be able to disrupt the CMU attack. Miami, they're first in the MAC in blocks per set. And this CMU attack, they love to get it to those middle blockers, those quick sets to Brooklyn Connor. So for Miami, they're going to really have to disrupt them if they want to have success tonight.
I really like what you said there. The net is going to be huge in this one. Central Michigan has shown some blocking ability this season, but you mentioned it. Top 10 in the nation is Miami of Ohio in that block category. And it's, of course, led by Gentry Warwick. She is just incredible up front.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. First in the MAC in blocks and 3rd in the nation in blocks, 136 total, with 30 of those being solo blocks. So she's really a presence up at the front of the net.
It'll be interesting to see how these factors play in. Both sides are ready to go. We are ready to kick this one off. Massive tournament implications on the line.
Exactly like you said, both teams within a spot of each other, just beyond that 6th spot to make the MAC tournament. So a crucial weekend with only 4 conference matches left for both these teams.
And both these teams know if you're able to take one, but most importantly, both of these today and tomorrow, you control really your own destiny heading into next weekend, which I think for Central is something they want to be able to have, having the tiebreakers over Akron and then Miami. But for Miami, you feel a lot more comfortable knowing you've got the tiebreaker over Bowling Green, and then you can get this one over CMU. We are getting all set up. The Chippewas will kick us off. We've got a last little setup. The emotion in here is pretty good. The 31 alum we talked about, well, they've worn the maroon and gold striped overalls. They've gotten pumped up, and we are ready to play. A massive, pivotal game here in November. It'll be the freshman Taylor Kripe to get us started. She sends it over, where it is dug around. Williams will take it over, blocks and out. Good start for the Redhawks going to Williams.
Yeah, Williams took that swing from not really very close to the net. She was 4 or 5 steps back. Olin jumped up for the block, just tipped off her hand and went out of play.
Good timing, just sometimes it's so hard with those deflections. Good dig from Kripe, setting it up from the back line for Kripe, who sends it over. Hicks sets it up. They'll go right to Warwick, looking for the touch. They didn't get it.
A quick set right there from Miami. What we usually see out of CMU, they like to go quick sets to their middle blockers. The Redhawks that time, they tried to take a page out of the Chippewas book, just didn't get the touch that they wanted.
You like the little misdirection after they attacked the left side a lot against Bowling Green. We are going to get a look here, a challenge early from head coach Dan Gwitt, as he's going to go and say, hey, did we have a touch up front at the net?
Yeah, it was tough to tell live if that was touched. CMU immediately was going away saying that was their point, so they felt like right out of the gates that there was no touch right there.
And you look back at that Bowling Green series for Miami, there were so many pivotal challenges in that swung in favor of Miami and Bowling Green. That was just such a good series overall. And that's why you're excited for this one, knowing both these teams have a ton. Let's take a quick look here at this one. So it's the quick set. Didn't quite get the look we were looking for there. We'll see. We'll leave it in the officials' hands, of course. We don't have the whistle, but it'll be interesting. They're taking a long look at this, Jackson. This is already the difference between 2-0 and 1-0 early, which we know those first sets are crucial for momentum.
Exactly, like you said, two teams that look record-wise very tightly contested. We're expecting each set to be going down to the wire, so each individual point so important. And like you said, that first set, CMU in that last series against Ohio, they dropped the first set in both of those matches and really put themselves behind.
Yeah, and it's just so big with an arena, with all your alumni, with all family, community out here watching. To get them behind you after that first set is just massive. And also something to note, Miami actually hasn't won the first set or any set since 2021 against the Chippewas. It's been quite some time for them.
It's been Chippewa domination in this series. It's very odd to see. You normally are not going to see in a series that much domination from match to match.
Well, we've got the ruling. It's going to be a touch on Central Michigan, so a 2-0 start for Miami. A great challenge there from the second-year coach, Dan Gwitt. It'll be Lindy Radishevsky. She'll send it over, the freshman. Kripe sets things up. Raymond tries to go over. She's blocked, but it's out of play. Central Michigan, big point. We just talked about him. This second-year head coach, the Penn State alum, Dan Gwitt has really turned this program around in year 2 already.
Yeah, coming in as a second year as the head coach, being able to step into a program and make an impact right away and really improve year to year has been huge for the Red Hawks.
Williams sends it long. They're looking for the touch. They get the touch. We might be looking at another challenge here. Early on? No, we're just getting a switch.
Trying to keep the pace of play a little bit, get the momentum rolling here. Like you said, got a bunch of alums here for CMU to start off fast, especially they've dropped the last 3 matches just to get a little confidence under their belt and really get some momentum going.
So for the first time, Cameron Utley, the transfer from Lehigh, gets her chance to take a swing. She'll send it over. Anderson digs it out, set up for Mill. Grace Thomas finds the open space, and that's the first true kill from the Chippewas. Now we'll look on the other side. It's the first-year coach out of Penn State, Ariel Wilson, trying to get this team back to the tournament in that first year. Massive for a culture-building opportunity.
For sure, massive opportunity for her team, and she's had to make some rotational changes. She hasn't been afraid to switch some things up, and with the Chippewas dropping the last 3, see what few little minute details she may have touched up to try and get the Chippewas back in the win column.
Speaking of switching it up, Grace Thomas, instead of using the hammer, gives it a soft pillow touch and ties us up at 3. Utley sets it up the other way. Lance pushes it over. Dug out by Anderson. Cross court. Raymond goes with the power. It's rejected. Mill sets it back up. Thomas gets the deflection and down. Grace Thomas, 3 straight points for the maroon and gold.
We saw the presence of that Red Hawk front right there, getting the original block on Raymond, but the Chippewas go back to the hot hand and Grace Thomas to get that 3rd kill of this match.
Coach Wilson, a decorated player in her own right, knows you gotta ride the hot hand this season. Set up the other way. Williams, too strong, was maybe looking for a touch. No hands from the Chippewas. 4 straight points for CMU.
And you felt the presence of Olin and Thomas at the front of that defense so far. They've got their hands on a couple balls, and that time, the Red Hawks, they tried to go a little bit over the top, and too much power on that trying to avoid them.
Service error from Olin will send it back in favor of Miami, 5-4. But you really talk about it. It's that mind games in front of the net. On Miami's side, you get the best blocking team in the Mid-American Conference, but then you get the size of Abby Olin, Grace Thomas, and Brooklyn Connor. Mills sets it up right in the middle. The freshman Kripe sends it down, dug out. Utley, near side. They were looking for their own freshman, Creech, who got rejected. Lance is pushed back. Denied from the pair of Raymond and Thomas. Chippewas found their mojo.
Yeah, Thomas, we see her on the offensive side, and then going right to left. That time went up with the first block with Mill, and that time her and Raymond went up and rejected that one.
Little taste of your own medicine if you're Miami. Raymond from the service line. She's always so dangerous. Utley, far side. Lance is rejected. Dug out by Creech. Over the net, sent up, tipped back to Miami. Set up. Creech tries to go, gets the tip, and out of play. That's the first time we've seen Miami's true freshman, Molly Creech. She's just been so good. What a hidden gem grab for Coach Gwitt and his staff.
And it's going to be hard to keep her out of that kill column. She leads Miami in kills with 256 on the season, 13 double-digit kill matches.
Speaking of freshmen leading in the kill column, Taylor Kripe on the other end.
And how much of an impact has she made coming in as a freshman and a team that returned a lot of starters last season? 5 of the 7 starters came back from last year, and to come in and kind of step up and lead this team.
She has truly been a leader. Serve goes long. Another service error from the Chippewas. They give it right back to Miami.
And that's something that we saw really hurt them in those 2 matches against Ohio. 15 service errors in match 1. They did a much better job in match 2 with only 6, but we've seen it already in set 1. Some of those errors starting to pile up a little bit.
Central Michigan, Coach Wilson said they're going to be aggressive from that service line. That'll lead to some errors. Kripe again. The power from the freshman cannot be stopped.
Like you said, Nathan, just so much power on every swing from her. And in Miami, they went up and got a hand on it, just couldn't time it up, and that power really just sent it down for the kill.
The blockers for Miami, the idea is go through them. Hicks sets it up. Power punch from Coyne is dug out. Brooklyn Connor comes through with an exclamation point. Chippewas up by 3.
First time we've seen Connor get an opportunity on the attack. One of those quick sets that this CMU offense has really been known for all season, and we see it work. The go-to comes through once again.
We saw Miami try it. They were almost successful. This time it's CMU pulling it out. Miscommunication there. Looks like the freshman, Radishevsky, didn't quite know what the call was there. A mistake from the Red Hawks makes it a 4-point deficit. A massive point there, an ace from the Chippewas. Chippewas are off to a hot start here in Mount Pleasant. They lead at 10-6. Nathan Arbaugh, Jackson Bickers, 700 hitting percentage right now for the maroon and gold.
And that's some efficiency that we haven't really seen all the time from this Chippewa team. We've seen some struggles with some errors, but in this first set, they've come out of the gates with that offense really flowing together.
Olin's rejected at the line. She kind of tried to go with the pillow floater. That's just can't fly against this Red Hawks blocking front.
Exactly like you said, this Red Hawks front line on the defense, anything soft up there, they're going to reject that and send it right back towards you. CMU, they're really going to have to be able to bring the power on those swings, but also a little bit of accuracy.
Brooklyn Connor, another big swing and another big kill.
And that time she was sprinting to her right towards the outside of the net, but still timed it perfectly. A powerful swing that Miami back line had no shot at.
A little show of the slide here for the maroon and gold. Taylor Kripe will send it over. Set up on the near side for Williams. It's batted down. Chippewas send it back over. It's dumped right back by the freshman Coyne.
Yeah, just a bit of a miss hit there by the Chippewas. You saw Anderson after the miss hit kind of sprint up towards the net, and the Redhawks took advantage and sent it towards that back line where Anderson took off from.
They're getting the Chippewas out of position. Nice dig from Kripe. Mill sets it up from the back line. Kripe sends it over. Redhawks set up their offensive set. Williams is going to have to send over the free ball. Chippewas getting set. Connors in the middle. Dug out by Ratajkowski. Beautiful dig there. Raymond, a strong tap over, and Coyne puts it down. Just too strong of an assist setup from Keelan Mill.
We've seen the Redhawks kind of take advantage of a few mistakes by the Chippewa attack, sending the ball over when they didn't really want to, and Coach Wilson a timeout here, maybe just to talk about things a little bit.
Reset it. A little bit of a run from the Redhawks. You don't want to let them grab momentum after you head into the break with a strong start. CMU still hitting over 500, and they've held to the Redhawks to only 250 hitting percentage. Quick look here at that series history. How insane is this? 40-29-1, Miami leads, but CMU has won the last 5. Redhawks have not won a set in that span. But before that, when the Redhawks dynasty was really rolling in the MAC, 10 straight victories against the maroon and gold.
That's just crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. 5 straight sweeps from one team. Maybe just a little kind of into the mind of the Redhawks a little bit. Some new faces on this Redhawk team so maybe that wouldn't hurt them too much, but CMU, this has been a series that as of late, they've really dominated.
And you've got to feel a little bit of confidence with that, but again, first-year head coach, some familiarity. On the other side, though, if you're Miami, it's just find that first set. Try to break that streak and just get one and let it compile from there.
They say for a shooter, you just got to see one go in, and for the Redhawks, they might just have to win one set, just breaking the ice there, just give them a little bit of confidence.
You're absolutely right there, Jackson. Ratajkowski sends it over. Mill sets it up right to Olin. Oh, my!
This time we see Olin on the quick set. Usually it's Connor, but she finds herself in the middle right there and perfectly placed deep in that left corner.
Early on in MAC play, they switched Abby Olin to an outside from that middle blocker spot. Back there in the middle blocker spot, she's got a little bit of momentum. Hannah Langton sends over the service. Williams sends a shot, dug out by Kripe. Right in front, Raymond! Dug back out from the Redhawks. Olin tries again, sent back up, but we've got a whistle. They've taken enough time, and they said, hey, that one hit the floor.
The Chippewas, they've just been on the attack from the get-go, no matter where it is. Shout out to the setter, Keelan Mills. She seems like she's just finding the perfect person every time, whether that's Raymond, Thomas, Olin. Just a good opportunity, it feels like, every time the Chippewas are on the attack.
Hicks sets up the offense, Coyne from the back line. Dug out from Mill. Langton sets. Raymond kills. Dug back out. Other way for the Redhawks. Raymond again. Nice dig out and sent back over. Good chance for CMU here. Middle line, Thomas tries to hit. Dug back out. Good rally. Coyne responds, gets the tip. Redhawks win the point.
Although the Chippewas, they've had some good opportunities, the Redhawks, they've just been kind of sticking around, just getting a hand on some of these attacks and digging some balls out that have been really tough, and they've set themselves up for good opportunities on the attack as well.
In that 5-set match against Bowling Green in Game 1, that 5th set, they hung around, trailing by 3. They rattled off 5 straight to win that one against the reigning champs. Raymond gets us started. Olin tries to get the line. Just missed it. Goes to Miami.
Another quick set there to Olin, almost perfectly placed near that right side. Just barely missed it out. And the Redhawks, they've hung around, and now they're only down 2.
Central Michigan's going to try to pack you into the corners. That's the risk they talk about. Just doesn't pay off sometimes. Grace Thomas sends a power thwack down. Sent over. Anderson sets it up. Raymond has to send one over. Utley sets it up, far side. Lance. Kripe finds the response. A rough pass sends us back the other way. Kripe, little tap over, dug back out. Williams. Good rally again. Olin ends it.
Back and forth action on both sides. Neither team wanting to give an inch, but the Chippewas, they're the ones who come through. Abby Olin getting her 3rd kill of this match.
Both teams have both won a big rally, and we're only in set 1. Utley sets. Williams fires, connects. Nobody really, outside of that 4-point run from CMU to start early on, nobody has really gone on a massive run since then.
And that's what we kind of expected coming into tonight. Both these teams so tightly contested in that record in the conference standings. We're expecting every set tonight to be like this.
Raymond finds the open spot, and again, just trading blows.
And for the Chippewas, it's really been anyone. Raymond getting her 2nd kill of the match. She hasn't really been able to find some good opportunities. 8 total attacks, only a .250 hitting percentage, but maybe that can get her going a little bit.
She's a massive part of this offense, about 3 kills a set. There's the freshman, Molly Creech, finding the corner. That's some precision from the true freshman.
Absolute precision, like you said. Raymond was right there. She let that one go. She thought it was going out, even tricked her, and Creech gets her 2nd kill.
Kripe sends one over. Utley sets up. Creech takes the kill. Tap over, scramble, can't get there. Nifty move from the maroon and gold freshman.
We've seen a lot of power from that Chippewa attack. That time, Taylor Kripe, a little finesse there, putting it right between that back line and front line for the Redhawks, and they were not ready for it.
To be successful, you got to have a couple tools in your belt, and that's a good one to have. Thomas sends it over, a straight knuckler. Creech, dug out by Raymond. And the attempt from Lance just goes straight into the net. A big point for the maroon and gold. They've compiled 2 straight.
And that time, that CMU front line, some of the chaos that they've been able to ensue might have been in the back of the mind there. The Redhawks just send that one right into the net as Connor and Olin were right there for the block attempt.
The service goes long, so we go back to Miami, but you're so right. I mean, both sides have 2 blocks apiece, but those are enough to kind of play long. Both teams have been playing a little bit farther out than in front of the net like they're used to.
And sometimes that's all you need is just for when you're attacking to, if you have that little bit of doubt in your mind that that defense is going to get a hand on it, that can be the difference in a bad strike or a good one.
Connor with the slide can't connect. Other way, Creech again. It's tipped up. Anderson finds it into Kripe. Goes right into the net. Here's a little run from Miami. And Central Michigan's going to want another timeout here.
And we've really talked about it with the Redhawks. If you look at them, like, stat-wise, they're not really going to wow you anywhere, but they just kind of hang around in these sets, and they do a great job of closing out sets and stealing them, even if they've been down most of the set.
And you look at it against Bowling Green, against some of these other opponents, how this team is 7-7. They're knocking on the door of their first tournament appearance all the way since 2020 when they snuck in. They just kind of dump it over and they go, hey, we're going to play clean offense. We're going to get it over and force you to make mistakes at times, which is a great strength to have for a team trying to build something early on.
For sure. They might not have the most talent on each attack, but they're not going to beat themselves. And sometimes that's all you need. They're going to force you to make some mistakes and kind of just be annoying. They're going to hang around and really let you know that they're within striking distance every single set.
They're going to force you to play clean, and if you don't, that's when they really jump you. And right now, Central Michigan playing decently clean, but enough that Miami's still hanging around. 13 kills for the Chippewas, only 9 for Miami thus far.
Yeah, you feel like the Chippewas have had the momentum. This entire first set, their hitting percentage has been great, 323, but a few service errors here and there, and the Redhawks just, once again, within striking distance.
2-point Chippewa lead. It'll be Hicks to send it over. Mills sets to Connor on the slide. McClure to Hicks, sent over and down. There's the first time Lindy Radoszewski got involved a little bit more.
Yeah, she averages just over 1 kill per set. Olin that time looked like that might have been going out of play. She dove, got a hand on it, and the Redhawks, they might have caught a break there.
Mill back to Kripe. She's rejected. Chippewas try again to Kripe. Little tap over. Hicks, coin. Strong, but is there a tip? There is. Tie game.
This is just what this Miami team does. Sticks around, and then when you look up at the scoreboard, you're tied or you're down, even though if you're CMU, you felt like you've had the advantage throughout most of this first set.
Raymond has trouble with the reception, and all of a sudden, Miami is back out in front for what seems like since the start of set one.
And this has been one of the things that the Chippewas have struggled at times this year. We saw it in the beginning of conference play, losing a couple 5-setters. Then as of late, during this 3-match losing streak, we've really seen the struggles to end some of these sets.
Well, there's a big get back. The block went out of play. So you play into Miami's strength, and you get this thing knotted back up. That ends a 5-straight point run for the Redhawks. Keelan Mill, little tap over. Set up on the near side. Creech, they give it to her. She got the line, and Mill is shaking her finger going, no, it did not. And Wilson's going to challenge.
From my vantage point, that looked like that was definitely behind the line. I thought maybe there was a touch up front. That's why they called it Miami's point, but no touch. So I think this one will probably get reversed, but we'll take another look.
Keelan Mill was very quick. The junior from Illinois, the Idaho transfer last season, gave the finger wag. She was like, Coach, there is no way that thing got the line. It'll be interesting. You trust your players, but we'll see if this one pans out for CMU. Big swing spot.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice sign of just a relationship between coach and player to trust them instantly and knowing that one was out.
And a look there from the back. Again, this is going to be a tough angle to check, but if it gets any part of that line, it's in. What do you think, Jackson?
Yeah, tough to tell there if it gets that part of the line, but the key point is the call on the court. Sometimes if it's too close to call and they don't have a great angle of it, they'll just stick what they called on the court. So awarding that point to Miami originally was really huge.
Exactly. You have to have the exact evidence to prove that didn't hit the line. I know I've heard you've been pretty rough with the guesses. Do you want to give us a guess?
You know, I'm just going to stick with the call on the court. I've been notoriously bad at guessing, so I'm just going to not go against what the refs were saying originally. Trust their eyes.
That is why we don't have the whistles, right? We leave it to them. Well, it's a long look, which last time we thought meant, hey, maybe there was something there. We'll see if this challenge holds through. Again, this would be big for the Chippewas. You get back ahead, you hold on to possession, and you kind of force Miami to be a little bit more offensive.
Yeah, something that Miami's not really very comfortable doing. They're usually just kind of want to make you make the mistakes, not trying to force the issue and really get kills of their own.
Right now, the Redhawks, we talk a ton about the blocks, only 2 today, but both hitting percentages on the rise for Miami. They're hitting now 290 here in the first set. Central Michigan, 314. So both of them swinging it well when they have the opportunity.
Yeah, they haven't allowed the other team's imposing front line to really hurt them or cause any problems. Not a whole lot of errors on either side. Like you said, very efficient attacks, which coming into today maybe wasn't something that we fully expected to start out.
On the errors category, you just mentioned 3 of them for the Chippewas on the service line. But that's come to expect. Coach Wilson said, hey, we're going to be aggressive on the line, and we're going to live with the errors if it means we get more aces because of it. And because of that, Central's 3rd in the MAC in service aces a set, about 1.5 per contest.
Yeah, you're going to live with those errors. You don't want them to pile up too much, but if you're going to be at the top of the ace categories in the Mid-American Conference, you're going to be near the top of the errors too.
Well, this has been an extremely long look right now. They want to make sure they get this right. Early in set 1, massive game on both sides. I think everybody in this gym is waiting.
And especially with how important winning that first set really is, it really sets the tone for the entire rest of the match. Whoever goes up 1-0, that other team, they're really fighting from behind the rest of the night. So we're seeing as the first set comes to an end and these points become far and just not a whole lot of points left to go, that this point right here is huge.
Well, here we go. We might have some movement. We're back to the monitor. Oh boy, the anxiety is killing us all in this gym. The maroon and gold, they've showed out well. They've got the overalls. We've got the fired up hat. You love to see that. And they are just all anxiously waiting. We've got a little motion. And we finally got our decision. This one's going to Central Michigan. That did not get the line, so Jackson, the streak continues.
Just no matter what I say, just go against it. Don't even listen to my predictions over here.
Dan Gwitt came over, asked a couple questions. He's all good with the call. And now Central Michigan, we flip-flop the 1-point lead for CMU in set one. Keelan Mill definitely won that challenge. Over on the near side, Creech is denied. Hicks tries the other way. Coyne pokes around. Miami responds.
They've just consistently during this first set, every time it feels like the Chippewas have a little bit of momentum, the Redhawks answering right back every single time.
And I love the misdirection there from Miami that time. They tried the left side, they go back to the right side and get it to work. Mill to Olin. Yes!
Olin being featured a lot here in this first set. Her 4th kill and her 6th total attack already. Something we haven't really seen a whole lot, and more known for her defense. But now here her offense coming through in this first set.
She was great last year in Oxford as well. Anderson, a nice rejection. Raymond from behind the net sends it over. Set up, Creech. Anderson sends a strong over. They send it right back to Anderson, who gets it back out. Raymond blocked at the net. Mill back to Raymond. Can't find the ground. Williams right back to Anderson. Back and forth. Olin looking for the tip, too strong.
Just a little bit too much on that swing from the senior. Just barely got past that back line. Tried to go back to the hot hand. But this Miami defense just not allowing the Chippewas to come away with the kill on that first swing.
They're really doing a great job of making that offense reset. A service error for the first time from the Red Hawks. That's big. Central back up by 1.
And that's something we rarely see from Miami, them hurting themselves. So the Chippewas, they got to take advantage. Those few times that the Red Hawks are making errors, they really got to be able to get a point off of those.
Hannah Langton heads to the line, the Kingston, Illinois native. A rocket over the net. Hicks, backside, Collin. Strong hit and gets it to go.
So much power right there from the Red Hawks. The southpaw swing right there to the back left corner of that Chippewa defense. Just too much to handle right there.
Man, you add on from the far side, you go cross court and you get it to connect. Very impressive swing there from the freshman Coyne. There's the Chippewa crowd a little bit getting into it. The Lehigh transfer. Utley sends it over. Olin sends it right back to Utley. Creech to Williams from the far side. Nice dig by Kripe. Mill in front of the net. Olin gets it to go.
Taylor Kripe, she's known for her offense, but she can also play defense, getting on the floor and digging that one out to set up Abby Olin to get the kill.
Man, the true freshman has been so impressive. Williams trying to find a response. No! Denied by Grace Thomas.
Thomas, we saw her make an impact early in this set with her offense. This time coming through with her defense, going up and rejecting that shot attempt.
Not a ton of blocks yet from CMU, but that's a big one. Central up by 2. Utley, little tap over from Warwick. Sent right back over. Williams with the light tap in front of the net. Raymond's denied.
There we see the Red Hawks coming through, getting a block. Raymond, she hasn't really been able to get those kills here in this first set. Tried to go with a little bit of touch that time. The power hasn't worked. And that time, Miami, they send that one back.
Massive service error for the Red Hawks. Set point here for the Chippewas. It'll be Raymond to send it over. That's really who you want from the service line. A nice soft touch. Utley. Creech. Anderson digs it out. It's a little strong, but you'll take it. Creech denies the chance. Red Hawks stay alive in set one.
Creech, she's not going to be denied twice. Anderson, a great dig on the first attack, but that second one, so much power right there and such good accuracy from the freshman.
Grace Thomas denied. Here come the Red Hawks in set one.
They just will not go away easily. Every time you feel like you got the advantage and you're going to put them away, they just answer right back.
It's a block party in the final couple of volleys. And a massive service error. That's the second one in a row that's really shifted momentum. Central Michigan now with the advantage.
And those errors come in at the worst possible times. They've come late in this first set where these points are so important for both sides.
CMU will turn to Rainey Wademan, the freshman from Cincinnati. Sends it over. Creech, Utley back to Creech. Tipped at the net. We are even again.
When you need some points on the offensive end, you just got to go to your best player. Molly Creech, she's been the leader of this Red Hawks team all season. And when you need them most, you got to go to the go-tos.
Fourth kill here of set one on 13 total attacks. Mill, Kripe, there's another freshman kill.
Kripe said, anything you can do, I can do better. The freshmen are going at it right here in this first set. Little bit of finesse there.
You love to see it. Two of the top freshmen in the conference in kills, 3 and 4 respectfully. Keelan Mill this time. Shorted it.
Yeah, Keelan Mill, she's been consistently in this first set going to those little light touch serves over the net. That time, just too short right there.
Fourth service error for CMU in set one. Creech looking to get an advantage. Red Hawks. Mill. Olin, a light touch, and she goes.
Yeah, that set from Mill maybe was just a touch too high for Olin. Didn't get all the power on that like she wanted, but it worked out perfectly, putting it right in front of that back line of that Red Hawk defense.
The redshirt senior is 6'3". That's just an easy pillow touch. Block at the net. We're back to square one. Boy, this is everything and more we thought from this match, all piled in set one.
And you're really feeling the importance of this first set. Each team knowing how big it is to go up 1-0 in a match, and nobody wants to go away here.
Radashevsky, the Cincinnati, Ohio native, sends it away. Olin again beats it with a light touch.
And how about the offensive showing from Abby Olin in this first set? 7 kills on 11 total attacks, and she's been efficient, a .364 hitting percentage.
I know it's tomorrow. It's senior night tomorrow, but there's some high emotions for these seniors. Kripe, Creech, Williams tosses it over. Pancake from Mill, sends up, but that's 3 touches. Man, what a diving pancake from Keelan Mill.
A great attempt there by Mill, putting her body on the line. Just the Chippewas, they weren't able to react and get it over the net. And just once again, every time someone goes up 1 point, the other responding.
Neither side blinking right now. Cameron Utley. Quick dump over from Mill, a little trickery, and CMU again back out in front.
Keelan Mill, 8th in the MAC in assists. She's known for passing it. That time, she sent it over, and that Miami defense, nobody was expecting that one.
That's a play that you can pull out of your pocket, especially with such a good setter like Keelan Mill. Excellent job from her. That's been a trick she's pulled up her sleeve all season. 38 kills coming into this one.
And it's so dangerous because she's such a good setter that you almost have to expect her to set it every time because every pass is on the money. But that time the Redhawks, they were expecting the pass and it didn't come.
Molly Beatty will get her first look from the line. They go to the freshman to get the serve in. Miami has not led here in this advantage type of set. Creech, Utley, Williams ties us back up. Man!
This has been just great volleyball on both sides. Just Williams, once again, she's gotten a lot of attack attempts here in this first set. And once again, coming through for Miami.
This is insane. We knew this would be a high-level match, but set one has given us all and more. Anderson. Raymond pokes it up off the deflection and down. Central continues the trend of going ahead. Can they get over the hump?
And the senior that time, a bit of a frustrating set for Natalia Raymond, but here at the end, coming through big time, and now an opportunity for a nice serve here.
Can Raymond put it away? Sent over. Creech, Utley, back to Creech. She finds another response. 30-30, haymaker after haymaker.
This first set might never end. Whoever wins this might just have to win the whole match, or we'll be here all night.
Oh boy. Sent over from Karen. And there's another Chippewa corner killer from Kripe.
And we're seeing both freshmen really making an impact here in this first set. Kripe with 6, Creech with 5 kills respectively. Just seeing how much of an impact both these freshmen have made for both of these teams.
I think coming into the year, you never know when you're going to find those hidden freshmen. Kripe and Creech have been incredible here in Mid-American Conference play. Can Rainey Wademan put this one away? Raymond with a nice dig. Mill. Kripe's got to send over the free ball. Utley. Creech with a little tap, and it goes again.
We've seen both teams, they've shown the power, but they've also shown the finesse on both sides, really taking advantage of both defenses, just being kind of aggressive, ready for that hard swing, but just those soft touches have been the difference here for both teams' attacks.
Both teams expecting some power, and both teams clearly came in with some finesse. Kripe is blocked, dug back out from the Chippewas. Mill sends it over. Here's a good setup for the Red Hawks. Creech on the near side, rejected at the line. Brooklyn Connor flexing some muscle.
Showing off that 6'3" frame and some hops to get up there and reject that shot. She's tall, but she can also get up there with that vertical.
You cannot make this up, Jackson. 32-31 in a massive MAC tournament implication match. Utley, Creech, too long. Chippewas win set one. Back and forth we went, but the Chippewas finally prevail. 33-31. Maroon and gold take set one.
past weekend's matchup against the Ohio Bobcats was not easy for Central, but they are not backing down here today. They still have a chance to continue their season, and we are seeing that fight that they have here in set one. Just this past week, I was able to chat with Coach Wilson, and something that she admires so much about the team is their work ethic. What she has said is, quote, "What has excited me the most is their willingness to be gritty and keep fighting. They continue to prove how resilient they are," end quote. This team has a lot of drive and the talent to get things done, so let's see what they can do in the next set.
Man, talking about grit and willingness to work. 33-31 set one final, Jackson.
Yeah, both sides not giving it an inch at all. Especially talk about the grit from the Chippewas. They've had some struggles at times this season. Projected to be third in the MAC in the preseason poll. Hasn't been the season that they've wanted to have at times, but they've done a good job of every time they've gone on a losing streak. They've responded with win streaks of their own, whether that's changing up the rotation to find some success. And what a response there from the Chippewas after getting swept over the weekend, losing both of those matches to Ohio, to come out and win that long, grueling first set.
Man, you got to imagine both sides are pretty dead set tired, but that is a big response from this Chippewas team. At the end of the day, when you get into the tournament, it's whatever team is at their best, and it doesn't matter how you started, it matters how you end. And right now, Central Michigan trying to end on the right note.
Exactly. You want to be playing your best volleyball going into that conference tournament. No matter, once you get there, no matter the seeding, no matter your record that year, it doesn't matter. It's just going and winning those matches. So the Chippewas and the Red Hawks just trying to fight to give themselves the opportunity to be in that tournament.
Certainly a culture-building spot for both of these teams. We've got a first-year coach on Central Michigan side, a second-year coach on Miami side, trying to get them back to really a time where they ran the MAC.
Yeah, they've had some great years in the MAC for the Red Hawks, and just trying to get back to the tournament for the first time really in a while.
Kripe, too strong on the first attack of set two.
And especially with how long that first set went, expect maybe a few errors on both sides. So whoever's going to be playing the cleanest is really going to have a huge advantage here in this second set.
They are halfway through set two if you consider it point-wise. Kripe, a little tap over. Karen denied at the net. Far side, Williams. Kripe sets up the offense. Connor with a quick touch in the middle. Good start to set two. Williams finds the back line.
We've seen the power from Williams on a few of those swings. That time, just a little bit of touch to put it perfectly deep in that back line. Kripe tried to dive for that one, just out of her reach.
With such a long set that was, the volley, just a miss hit there, sent the Chippewas scrambling on 3 straight points to start this one for Miami. But when you start to get those long volleys, the team starts to creep up. Good job from Williams to attack the backside there. Molly Creech continues to dominate at the line. Mill, Olin, slight little kiss over, it goes.
Her 8th kill of this match already. She's been really that go-to on the CMU attack. Not something we're used to, but her name's been called, and she's really answered that call here so far.
When you turn and you find yourselves in a slugfest, no better way to turn than to the senior. Williams from the back line, too strong.
The Red Hawks, they just really could never get that attack going right there. A couple passes that were just mishit. Williams tried to take that attack from deep in her own area and just went a little bit too long there.
Karen digs it out right in front of the net. That's an easy one for Grace Thomas. That's a gimme.
Probably will be her easiest kill all night. Just stood right there, waited for it to come down, and a powerful strike right there.
Look what I found. It is almost a little crazy how many times Grace Thomas finds herself in that situation. They are going to take a look at this, see if she was into the net at all. This is going to be a big spot here.
She was pretty close. That ball was tight to whether it was going to be on the Chippewa side or the Red Hawk side. Live, I thought it was good from Thomas, was on the Chippewa side, but that was a tight one.
Sometimes with those plays too, we'll have to see the replay, but you just look and you go, oh, that's just an easy one, and you kind of jump the gun. We'll see if that's what happened, but this could be a 3-0 run for the Chippewas to, again, tie things back up. Right now, they did give the point to Miami, so you've got to have reviewable evidence that Grace Thomas was, in fact, not into the net or over that line.
Exactly like you said, got to have good evidence to show that that definitely was into the net. And how about the response, though, from CMU? Miami comes out getting 3 straight points, and the Chippewas, they've answered right back with a rally of their own.
Let's take a quick look at this one here. Grace Thomas. Looks semi-clean.
Looks pretty clean to me. I think it was clearly on the Chippewa side, not really any contact with the net, maybe a bit on the follow-through, but originally that looked pretty clean.
That's going to be the big thing. The follow-through here, was there too much contact with the net? It happened so quickly. Again, we don't have the whistle. We just say it as we see it. Last time we had a pretty long wait. We'll see if we have another one of those. We've got our decision. We head to the scores table. Last minute predictions, Jackson. Can you redeem yourself?
I'm just going to stick with the call on the court. That's clean
Jackson's
to me.
motto this week. It'll go in favor of the Chippewas. So we are knotted up at 3. A clean kill from Grace Thomas. She's up to 4. That's her first one since early in set 1.
Yeah, we saw a lot of opportunities for her early in that first set. Didn't really get a whole lot of attack opportunities late, but the Chippewas going to her early in the second set.
We'll go to Hannah Langton to send it over. Hicks, back line, Creech, no connection. Olin, tapped up in the air from Creech. Hicks sends it far side. Williams from the back line. It's tipped around and goes to the Red Hawks.
Yeah, that tip up front really messed with Taylor Kripe in the back. She was ready for it to dig that one out, and once that ball got deflected, she was just a step too late.
Off the fingertips there of Grace Thomas, and from there, when that ball gets bounced around, it is hard to track down. Olszewski sends it, a scramble. Anderson keeps it in play, but out of play. Good hustle from CMU, but that's too straight for Miami.
And the Red Hawks kind of just doing what they do best, making you make mistakes. They're not going to have a whole lot of power on a lot of their swings, but they're just going to send it over, try and play a bit defensive, and kind of just wait you out and wait till you mess up.
Too strong there on the serve. That is just such a good point, though. Miami, it's almost like they're just waiting there to ambush you. They'll let you wear yourself down, do your thing, but they're still going to pester you in front of the net. Right, taps it to Mill. Mill, far side. Raymond, there's some Polish power.
And that time, finally getting a nice open attack opportunity, and she took advantage. Just so much power behind that right hand, and no shot for that Miami defense.
The senior in one of her last games at home has been so good all season. Kripe digs it out. They go back to Kripe, who taps it over. Set up. Williams denied, but it's too strong on the denial.
Like you said, just too strong. So much power right there from that left hand of Williams. The Chippewas in good position, good timing, just weren't able to get a good hand on it. Just the power deflecting off and shooting out of play.
It all kind of just depends on how that offensive player takes their swing, especially when you time up the block so well like CMU did there. Utley sets up. Chippewas go to Thomas, who is feeling it down the line.
She hasn't had the most attack opportunities, but she's really taken advantage and been efficient. A .500 hitting percentage, and now her 5th kill of the match.
Chippewas are really spreading it all over. Olin, they've got Thomas as well. Raymond's getting more involved. Williams on the far side, blocked up. Raymond sets things up. Kripe tried to go down the line, left it a little left.
Just good defense there by the Redhawks. Kripe tried to get it down that line, but Miami, they were in good position. Really nowhere there for Kripe to put it.
She would have had to go cross court. If not, you play it down the line. It's a tough swing. Mill to the middle. Raymond is shot down.
And you're really seeing how tough it is to get those attacks through that Miami front line. Raymond there tried to go with a little bit of a back row attack, but 3 Redhawks right there to block it.
That is what they do so well. That service error, though, unfortunately not what Miami was looking for, but boy, I mean, that is tough to get through in the front line. 3 Redhawks were there to block Raymond.
I mean, that's just imposing to look at. If you're on the attack and you jump up and you got 3 different players going up to block your attack, that's tough to get around.
There's a big kill. First time we've really called Warwick's name on the offensive side.
Yeah, one of the first really attacks from her all night. Just a quick set and a great opportunity for her to get into the kill column. In the Chippewa defense, you could see they were not ready for it at all.
She leads the MAC in blocks. She's 3rd in the nation. Good to see her using a little bit of that offense. And the other way, the middle blocker, Brooklyn Connor, who has had a breakout season, comes through there.
Yeah, she's really been fantastic in her 3rd year here at CMU, transferred from Clemson after her freshman season, and really in her senior year, just breaking out and really developing into a great player there in the middle for the Chippewas.
She went up for the block that time. Let's see, they go to Olin. Karen saves it in. Utley, Williams, dug out by Mill. They go back to Olin, soft touch and down.
Olin is she's got so many tools in that bag, whether it's the power or the touch. Really just this Redhawks defense, they've been guessing all night.
Just dekes out the defense there. She goes like she's going for the big swing, doesn't, and that's a big ace from Kaylin Mill. 3 straight points for the maroon and gold. Mill looking for another one. Goes strong. That time just a little too far.
You see it right there. You get the ace, but you also see what happens when you try and be that aggressive. There's going to be some errors. That one just barely missed that back line. Mill almost got her 2nd ace in a row.
You trade 1 for 1 overall? I think you do, but they are going to take a look at this. Are you looking for number 2?
That one, it looked really close. Mill, she had 2 aces in the last match against Ohio. She's really been one of the go-tos at the serving line for the Chippewas, one of those players that have been able to get in the ace column. And that time she might have gotten her 2nd one.
It'll be interesting. 20 service aces this season coming into that. She already had 21. But when you talk about Keelan Mill as well, she has emerged in the setter spot for the Chippewas coming into MAC play. 508 assists coming into this one. She had 681 in total. So you do the math. That's only about 100 in the non-conference.
Yeah, she's really stepped it up here in conference play. Has won MAC Setter of the Week twice. That was in back-to-back weeks a few weeks ago. And we've really seen tonight how important that's been for the Chippewa attack. She spreads it all around the court.
24 assists today. Looking for her 2nd service ace. Man, that's just tough with the glare. And then the shoes for Miami. That is close. That does look like it could. Not too sure, though.
Yeah, like you said earlier, just got to catch a little bit of that line to be in, so don't need a whole lot. But once again, we've seen some long looks here, really trying to get those calls right.
Massive decisions on both sides. We had a couple go for Miami, a couple go for Central in set 1. A big spot here for the maroon and gold and Redhawks. Whistle, and it will go to Miami. They said it was a little too far. We've got a couple substitutions in here. Coin back in. She's got 7 kills on 11 total attempts, 636. The freshman's been kind of under the radar, doing pretty solid today.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the attacks go into Creech and Williams for the Red Hawks, but Coyne, she hasn't really got a whole lot of attacks, but when she's gotten those opportunities, she's been able to come through for her team.
The set a little far for Connor. Red Hawks looking for a response, and they find it. A massive kill on the far side.
And we see why they keep going to Molly Creech. Just so much power, so much precision. That's why she's had 21 total attacks so far through just 1.5 sets.
Feed the hot hand. She's coming off a career day against Bowling Green in that first game. 24 kills on 60 total attempts. She hit 333 in that one.
Yeah, she's just been fantastic all year for the Red Hawks. Stepped in that freshman role, has been that go-to all season, and been one of the reasons why the Red Hawks have had so much success here in conference play.
It's not often you see a freshman take the reins and run with it, but for Miami, that's the recipe. The freshman for the maroon and gold tries an attempt. It doesn't go. Quick jump over from Hicks. That connects.
We saw Keelan Mill take advantage earlier in that first set, just tossing that one over. That time the setter for the Red Hawks, Hayden Hicks, takes advantage, expecting the pass from her. She just tosses it over there nice and soft and gets a kill.
A nice little trick there for the Red Hawks. Mill, Kripe just tosses that down. That goes to Central, but again, all of the Red Hawks are saying no way.
Yeah, I think they said that was touched by the Red Hawks initially, but that front line, that's Coyne just yelling at the ref saying that was not touched, that's out.
Lauren Coyne is just insistent that she didn't have that one, and her coach is going to have trust in her. That's the biggest thing when you're looking at these challenges. You got to trust what your players are saying. Here's a look at it. That's inside the post. No touch, but now we've got to look. Does it get the line? It looks to be on the inside.
Yeah, from that angle, it looked on the inside. I thought initially it was touched by Miami. It looked like it hit the front of the net, but even still, it landed inside of that line.
Yeah, it's inside the, for lack of a better term, the pylon. But this angle here, it's a little tricky.
Yeah, this one almost kind of deceives your eyes a little bit. That
We
one
jumped
looks
the gun.
like, yeah, it could be outside of it.
Man, good thing we don't have the whistles, right?
Thank God, thank God.
Man, too indecisive. That's why we just say what happens. Well, man, it's felt like every time we get a response from one team, the other team has the answer. It's a quick look, so we're going to get a quick answer here, but we've been treated pretty well through a set and a half.
It hasn't. Both teams, it hasn't been airs on either side, really. It's just back and forth action, efficient attacks on both sides, and that call, it goes the Chippewas' way.
We do have confirmation, so our eyes did not deceive us there.
We're not too bad over here.
Man, we hope not. There are a couple people probably back at home watching going, I don't know. So the freshman Taylor Kripe, she's been great today. She sends it over. Hicks goes cross. Creech will tap over. Kripe digs it out. Good opportunity for Miami. They try to swing right away. A block, but a scramble keeps Miami in. Free ball over. Good opportunity now for CMU. Raymond is rejected. Coyne gets a revenge, a little look back. The freshman is having herself a day.
Like you said, Nathan, a little stare down right there after the block from Coyne goes up one-on-one with Raymond and just sends it back.
10 total blocks now from Miami. They've started to get going at the net. Connor rejected. CMU in a scramble drill. They set up for Raymond. She's popped up into the air. Hicks, far side Williams. There's a rejection from the maroon and gold. Olin and Connor.
Just so much height between the two of them. 6'3" for Connor and 6'3" for Olin as well. But also just perfect timing from both of them to go up and send that one right back where it came from.
Man, that is a tough duo to get through. Hannah Langton back into the service line. Hicks, Coyne, not today. Free ball sent over. Mill, Olin direct attack, connects.
And Olin, she's done it from everywhere. It's been from the outside. That time, a quick set to her in the middle. Just been so versatile tonight on the attack for the Chippewas.
A lot of sliding from this Chippewa offense. That time they use her in the middle. Near side, Coyne, good power, just powers that one through Langton.
And we've seen Coyne, although she hasn't gotten a whole lot of the attacks, she's came through her 8th kill of this match already, and so much power out of that left arm.
A lot of big games going on right now for sure. It helps when you hit the 30s in set 1. Madashevsky sends it over. Mill, a quick dump over. That is brought to perfection twice.
You saw the whole Redhawks back line. They were sliding their feet, going different directions, and once again, Keelan Mill just so smart and taking advantage right there.
Those little quick tap overs, you get the defense in transition, it's massive. Williams is denied. Mill and Thomas this time.
Coming into this match tonight, we talked about Miami and how they're going to go up and tally up some blocks, but it's been CMU tonight getting up that block count.
The block party going in favor. Phenomenal freshmen have been the story this season for both of these squads. Taylor Kripe, Molly Creech, they both lead their team in kills, and today they're both doing pretty well, Jackson.
Yeah, it's been both the freshmen leading both these teams all year, and tonight that's been the story as well. Kripe, 7 kills, Creech with 6 kills as well. And both these freshmen stepping into teams that have veteran presence, but they've come in and really made a name for themselves this year.
Raymond finds the coffin corner. Man, that's some precision.
The senior right there with just the accuracy, putting that deep in that left corner, just kind of hasn't had the attack percentage, the hitting percentage that she's wanted tonight, but she's come through with some big kills and big moments.
Slight touch over, sent back by Mill. Denied again, Mill and Thomas again. Third time, gets over. Kripe right into the net. Tough one there for Raymond. But yes, it has been kind of a quiet day for Natalia Raymond. Usually the offensive output for this Chippewas team, 8th in the conference when it comes to kills per set. Only 5 so far.
Yeah, she's had 18 total attacks. She's had the opportunities. Just that Redhawks defensive presence is just kind of giving her a tough time so far tonight, but a lot of time left for the senior to kind of get into a rhythm here tonight.
Miami certainly has keyed into the senior. Grace Thomas, a little too strong with the strike.
Chippewas try to go with that patented quick set that they're known for. Just Thomas right there, a little bit too much on that swing.
So a little bit of momentum now back the other way for Miami. They're looking for a big set too. Utley sends over the screwball. Raymond blocked up into the air at the net. Quick attack back goes in favor of Miami.
Once again, the Redhawks, it's felt like they've been on the defensive. Even on a lot of these rallies, it feels like the Chippewas are on the attack, but just finding ways to come away with kills and just stick around here.
Man, what a job from Williams there. Usually you expect the opposing team on that to set it up, get things back in continuity. But for Williams, she goes, wait a minute, they're moving. I see my lane. And she just went for it.
Yeah, like you said, a great job of just identifying what the defense was doing and seeing that opening right there, just taking advantage. Some teams, they just kind of get into that rhythm of getting those 3 hits and getting that second set up there. But if you see a hole in the defense, you can take advantage.
And that's something that Chelsea Williams has done well. Her last 7 MAC matches, 93 total kills. Now, the errors have been a little strong for her, but you take away the errors, 362 hitting percentage on her total attempts minus the errors. So pretty impressive there. A good counter piece to Molly Creech.
Yeah, she's been so good at just kind of taking the load off of Creech a little bit, not allowing those opposing defenses to key in on her. She's been great to be that number 2 right behind her, 254 kills on the year.
Really strong unit. You've got to tip your hat to Miami of Ohio. They've gone through their fair share of struggles. You bring in the Penn State alum, Dan Gwitt. In his second season, he's brought in some big transfers, some big freshmen, and they are looking for that MAC tournament appearance. They're up by 1. Utley sends it over. Strong dig there from Kripe. A mistake from the maroon and gold out of the timeout.
And a few mistakes that just kind of started to pile up the last few rallies for the Chippewas, and the Redhawks have taken advantage with the 4-point run that they're on right now.
Big run. That's a service ace for Utley. She looks for number 2. They go back to Raymond. Raymond's blocked up front. Chippewas go to Kripe. Kripe struggle with it. Miami gets the free ball over. Mill goes right back. Williams looking to end it. Can't. Olin puts it up. Raymond trying to put an end. Can't. Williams. Raymond, soft touch, gets it done.
That time, just a little bit of precision from Natalia Raymond. Tried to go with some powerful strikes on that rally, but that time put it right in between that front and back line of the Redhawks.
Natalia Raymond said, hold on, everybody's trying this power, let's try the precision. Warwick works through traffic and gets another to go. Redhawks up by 2 now.
A little bit of precision on the Miami side that time. Warwick, more known for her defense, but saw the opening right there and took advantage for Miami.
Warwick 3 for 6. When she's gotten involved offensively, she's been good. Good read from the Chippewas, gets the point back. Couple of switches on both sides. Rainey Wademan will take the serve. 4 service aces this season for the maroon and gold. Freshman sends it away. Creech. Man, that's a strong swing.
It's just so tough to dig out. You saw Kripe there. She was in good position, but so much power there from Creech and some precision right there to get it down low and make it difficult for the defense to dig out.
She's just so good at getting those sets and striking it with the fist. Free ball there from Central Michigan. Connors was out of position. Sent over. Raymond keeps it alive, but a little too strong on the dig. Redhawks starting to put some separation between the maroon and gold in set 2. Karen sends it away. Mill, right back to Connor. Mistimed the jump. That's 2 errors back-to-back on the Chippewas.
Yeah, the Chippewas, the last few rallies, have just been a little bit out of sorts, just a step late or a step too quick, just some passes not in the best location, and then some players that haven't been in the perfect spot to get some quality attacks going.
Yeah, right there, Arielle Wilson's going to use a timeout, try to settle her team back in. This set is not lost, but you have certainly given away in favor of the Miami Redhawks.
Yeah, now they're going to have to play pretty perfect the rest of the way. Now with Miami with that 4-point lead, they've kind of extended and really been ahead most of this second set. They've done a good job of bouncing back after losing that long first set. Could have been so demoralizing for them.
And right now with this set, it's felt like Miami has found a response because they're going on some more runs. 3-0 start. And then deep into this set, we've seen a 4 straight wins, 3 straight wins. It's not that back and forth, long drawn out style that we've seen from the Red Hawks to start this one.
And we've seen them get a little bit more aggressive on some of these attacks, going with a little bit more power, which normally they're going to just kind of send it over and make you make some mistakes. The Chippewas did a good job in that first set of not making any. Now Miami, they've had to get a little bit more aggressive in this second set, and it's really worked for them.
And it's come at the service line. 4 service aces for the Red Hawks, who aren't a team that really thrives there this season. Sent over from Karen. Mill. Raymond's just going to send over a touch. Creech tried to put an end to this one. Kripe. Too strong. That's now 4 straight for Miami.
We're seeing them just, all the momentum's on their side right now. The energy's kind of been lost in here. It was all with the Chippewas, but the Red Hawks, they've done a great job responding.
That response not as quality for Miami. They give it back, and we saw that was a big part of set 1. A couple service errors from the Red Hawks. Let the Chippewas take that one. Mill trying to keep the Chippewas in it. Utley, Creech, finisher.
Just such good location right there. There were 2 Chippewa defenders right there for the block. Just couldn't get the timing right. The ball tips off the side of their hand, goes out of play, and Creech really starting to tally up the kills.
Creech is extremely good at kind of reading those blocks and putting it in a spot where it's going to deflect in her favor. Set point here for Miami. Hicks sends it over. Too strong. Chippewas stay in this.
We've seen the Red Hawks, those service there tallying up and kind of giving CMU some opportunities here in this second set to try and make a comeback. Let's see if they can take advantage.
It's going to be big. It'll be the freshman Taylor Kripe in another big spot. Finds the back corner. Man, what a find.
Talk about threading the needle right there. It looked like it just hit that line perfectly. The Red Hawks, they're talking it over. Think maybe that would have went out, but for now, the calls went the Chippewas' way.
Dan Quinn over here talking to the officials. No challenge used, but again, he's just a little animated about it. Kripe sends it over. Chippewas trying to stay in set 2. Up in front of the net. Connors keeps it alive. Anderson sent over. Free ball from Kripe. McClure puts it up. Creech dug out by Anderson. Kripe to Raymond's. Down and out. Red Hawks take set 2. A good response from Miami. They've tied us up at 1. A big set.
Miami is coming off a winning weekend at home, and they are just sneaking their way up the MAC charts, trying to secure a spot into the MAC tournament. This team hasn't been to the tournament since 2020, and they haven't won since 2017. If they can upset Central this weekend, their odds of making that final spot in the tournament is pretty high, since their last matchup is against Eastern, who really hasn't had the most successful season.
Yeah, they've been really good down the stretch where that schedule has been tough. Toledo twice, Ball State once, and then you get 2 at home against Bowling Green, the reigning champs, Jackson. They are riding a momentum wave at this rate into the tournament.
Yeah, having success at a point in the schedule that if you were looking at it preseason, you might have thought that there were a couple losses right there, but the Redhawks, they've been able to persevere. And how about winning those 2 matches against Bowling Green, the preseason favorites here in the MAC? Just so huge, and they've set themselves up for an opportunity where they can really control their own destiny here in the conference.
Yeah, they definitely do control their own destiny. They looked really good and well put together against Bowling Green. Something we should mention, though, for the first time since 2021, Miami has taken a set from the Chippewas.
It's a miracle. I don't know if they would have ever thought that number's just ridiculously high, and now for Miami, getting that first set, maybe just a bit of a confidence boost that you know that you can get it done here against CMU.
It's never in the scouting report for the players, you know that, but for a fan base that's been treated to some great volleyball, you can kind of take a sigh of relief and go, all right, we've got the first one. Let's see what set 3 has in store. Miami has the momentum from set 2, but can the Chippewas kind of right the ship and get back into that set 1 mindset?
Yeah, the Redhawks, they did a great job of bouncing back after that first set defeat. Now it's on the Chippewas to answer right back, where they were behind for most of that second set, and now they got to be able to just kind of knock that one off their shoulder and just be like, okay, we got to come out in this third set and really get off to a hot start here.
Where do you think it comes here in set 3? What do both sides kind of need to put together to get it done?
Well, for the Chippewas, probably going back to Abby Olin, she was a key focal point at the beginning of that second set, but really as we got later into it, she wasn't getting a whole lot of attack attempts. And for the Redhawks, getting aggressive at the service line really worked out for them. 4 aces so far through 2 sets.
A team that really isn't known for their work at the line, but the line's been in favor of them here in Mount Pleasant. Sailor Kripe gets us started in set 3. Coyne, strong, but got the touch at the net.
Man, has she been efficient all night. We've been talking about the other freshman, Molly Creech, but Lauren Coyne, the other freshman, not wanting to get outshined. Her 8th kill and a .533 hitting percentage so far.
The freshmen in this Miami, Ohio system have been so good in so many aspects. And how about the senior the other way? Brooklyn Connor evens us up at 1.
The veteran now this time, Brooklyn Connor, the senior. It's the night before senior night, but she's making an impact here in this third set. Normally, see her on the attack in the middle, but that time on the outside.
Second in the MAC in hitting percentage this season, 126 kills coming into this weekend. Warwick, a light tap, pancake from Langton. Free ball sent over. Coyne again, cannot be stopped.
She is just so good. We've seen it with the power and we've seen it with the location. That time a little bit of both. Some power and some accuracy to beat Keelan Mill right there.
The Wheaton, Illinois native has been excellent. She had 14 kills and 9 blocks in those 2 contests against Bowling Green. She's keeping it rolling here in Mount Pleasant. Quick touch to Olin. Good response from Miami. Light touch back. Anderson, near side. Olin rejected, and it's back in bounds.
And you're really feeling the energy now from the Redhawks. Right after that block, just the bench popping up with excitement. The momentum has totally flipped from where after that first set, it was all CMU. Now it's been all Miami these last 2 sets.
It's got to be in part to those blocks up front. They have started to emerge. Olin gets over the blocking pair, but it's dug out. Free ball sent over. Chippewas just out of alignment there. Williams is denied. Kept up from Karen. Mill, near side, Olin off the face of Utley and good.
Abby Olin making her name for herself tonight. Now in this third set, getting another attack opportunity, and with the power, just beating Utley there.
11 kills for the senior on just 20 attempts, 350 hitting percentage. We're only in set 3.
Yeah, she's really starting to tally them up, and how tonight's felt, it could be a 5-setter, so that kill count could really keep racking up.
Near side, Williams got the deflection she was looking for and the points for Miami. Two-point Redhawks lead. Williams now will go to the line. A scorcher right into the net. So you've had 4 service aces, but you've also had now 9 service errors.
Yeah, they started to tally up for the Redhawks, and it's really been later in sets, which has really hurt them. This one kind of coming early here in this third set, but the Chippewas, they got to find a way to take advantage.
Well, the Chippewas repaid the debt with a service error of their own. That was an opportunity you squander there.
And that's kind of what we saw for CMU against Ohio last weekend. The Bobcats, they made a lot of service errors that were in double digits in both of those matches, but the Chippewas, they really could never take advantage.
Trying to take advantage here. Near side, Creech is rejected. Far side now. Poked up in the air. Near side, Grace Thomas, the deflection is down.
Grace Thomas's 6th kill of the match on only 10 total attacks so far. She's been efficient, and she's been just so good when she's on that outside.
Not necessarily the workload you expect, but it's felt like every hit is a crucial hit from Grace Thomas. Response? Yes. Tip up front from Connor.
We've seen the Redhawks go into that quick set a few times here tonight, and it seemed to work for them. The Chippewas have really not been ready for it. Have been out of position almost every time.
Chippewas are expecting the extra pass or the pass to the outsides. Hasn't quite been there. Connor this way. Hicks near side again. Creech is denied. And a sprawling McClure can't get there.
And Brooklyn Connor off the block, showing the muscles, a little flex from the senior. Both her and Kripe going up and getting that rejection.
49 blocks coming into this weekend for Connor. Mill, a light touch over, sets it right up for an easy slam.
We talked about how good Keelan Mills been at the service line as of late for the Chippewas. That time a tough serve for the Redhawks to deal with, and it sets up Abby Olin with the easiest kill that she's probably going to get tonight.
Back to Creech. She works through and threads the needle. Finally gets through Olin and Connor.
She just will not be denied. Even when it hasn't worked, she's consistently been going back to, even with Olin and Connor right there, she's continuously gone with the power, and it's worked for her.
For a freshman, sometimes that can be daunting when you've been blocked a couple of times. No fear from the Redhawks freshman. And no fear from Abby Olin. She dots the line.
Quick set to Olin right there. We've talked to Coach Wilson. She says when those quick sets are working, that this offense is unstoppable. And we saw it right there. Just so difficult to stop when you're in rhythm.
A dozen for the senior. She is certainly in rhythm. Coyne trying to get back in rhythm, and she does. A couple of these blocks for the Chippewas, they're timed up, but the Redhawks, they're the masters of the block at this point. They understand that they can get those deflections out of play.
Yeah, just understanding those angles and knowing that even if two players are up there and in position, if you can just get it off the side of their hands, you can go out of play and get a point for your team.
A big block this way now for Miami. They're back up to a 2-point lead. They're going to draw a timeout. That'll roll us into the media. Miami, well, they're rolling with the block. Central Michigan hanging around trying to get that crucial set 3. Offensive haymakers in a make-or-break game for this MAC tournament. Chippewas and Redhawks going toe-to-toe. A great serve from the freshman, Radishevsky. The senior, Raymond, on the other end, had trouble with it.
And we're seeing the aggressiveness from the service line from the Redhawks, the 5th ace of the match so far. And like you said, just a tough one for Raymond to deal with.
That's the second for the freshman out of Cincy. A light tap over from the Polish native. Central Michigan goes back to Ellie Oblin. It's dug out. Long strike from the freshman the other way. Too strong from Creech.
We've seen how much power she has behind every swing. That time, just a little bit of too much power from Molly Creech going past the back line. The Chippewas just trying to fight back here in this third set, now down 2.
You can't let it get out of reach early on here in set 3. Coin. Kripe sends it back up. Chippewas get it over. Williams came off the end of her hand, just didn't quite get good contact. Back to CMU it goes.
And maybe felt the impact of Olin and Connor jumping up right there, tried to get a little bit too fancy there, a little bit of finesse just off her hand and never made it over the net.
Might have been going for the Kung Fu Panda skadoosh. Tap over. Langton sets up near side. Olin, beautifully placed in the back line.
Her 13th kill of this match, and it's just coming all different ways, from the outside, from the middle, with the power, and that time with precision on the back line.
Season high in kills, 17, and Olin's already knocking on the door of that. Hicks right in front. Warwick. It's kept down. Whoa, everybody slowed down for a minute there. Coin, dug out by Kripe. Set up in front, dumped over, kept in play. Williams too strong. Oh my goodness.
And you're just feeling the energy start to flip in here. I don't know what Chippewa got that pancake. There were 5 different hands right there, but they keep it from hitting the floor, and the Chippewas take advantage and get the point.
Well, Dan Gwitt was insistent. He looked at the officiating crew, whipped out the green card, and said, "We are taking a look at this." Everybody in the arena froze. They thought it was down.
Yeah, everyone did. Even a lot of the Chippewas stopped going. I don't know who hit it over the net, but whoever did, it was a great job of realizing that there was no whistle blown yet and to take advantage right there.
They are going to take a look at this. Over here on the near side, Molly Creech talking with the line judge, getting an explanation. Very cordial, very just looking for the explanation. But boy, I mean, there were 5-6 hands you got to look at in there for CMU. Let's take a look at this thing. Little dump over. Everybody goes diving in, and that looks like a good chunk of hardwood.
Yeah, looks like that one hit the ground, and that is what the call is. They flip it.
You know, it would be an interesting one there. They let him keep playing, which was the right thing to do. But a good challenge. We've got some mishaps here on the substitutions, but a great challenge for Miami. They stopped that 3-0 run from CMU. They are back up by 1 here in set 3.
And really winning those long rallies can really give your team a lot of momentum and confidence. And after that miracle of a pancake there originally by the Chippewas, really a good challenge to just kind of calm the Redhawks team down and take a lot of the energy out of McGurk here.
And you can tell it kind of vacuum cleaned it right up. Mill sets it up far side for Raymond. She's blocked at the net. They go back to her. This time she goes far, kept in by the Redhawks. Response from Williams, dug out by the freshman Kripe. Back to Olin, soft touch, put up in the air from Lance. Soft touch from Warwick. We continue to go. Good rally. Kripe from the back line can't get it to go. Near side, Williams couldn't find the back corner.
Williams just had to get it over Abby Olin. Thought there was a touch maybe originally, but just above her hands and out of play.
Well, it was great help side on the back. Forced her, if Williams was going to take it, they'll go all the way back to the corner, and it forces a miss. That time, Williams doesn't miss. 12-11 Miami.
And she's also started to tally up the kills. We've seen it all over from both teams. That time, her 13th kill of the match.
She's been excellent in MAC play, and that trend continues today. She's the leader for the Red Hawks. That time, a little too strong from Williams.
And now the Red Hawks, they're in the double digits in service errors, 11 now. They've kind of let CMU back into a few of these sets, and now we're back to even here in set 3.
It has certainly killed some of that Miami momentum. McCullough, Warwick, strong, scramble, Olin can't get there. Big point again for Miami.
Good effort there by Olin, just trying to get back there and get a hand on it. But like you said, Miami answering back, they make the service error, but they don't make an error right there. They get the point and get back that 1-point lead.
A quick jump over from Keelan Mill. She said, hey, I can score too. Don't forget about me.
And the Red Hawks, they're going to have to start defending that because that's the third time Mill's done that, just tossing it over the net to get the Chippewas some easy points.
It's Thomas now at the service line, trying to get CMU some more points, and that block will certainly help. The way this thing has gone back and forth and back and forth, this is what MAC volleyball is all about. Miscommunication, there's an ace from Grace Thomas.
Miscommunication, the back end there for the Red Hawks, but the Chippewas, they'll take it. Grace Thomas with the ace, and now both teams even in the ace column, 5 for each.
She leads this team in service aces, not necessarily who you'd expect, her 29th of the season. And there the other way, Molly Creech finds that back line.
Just perfectly placed on that back line. The Chippewas, they were yelling, let it go the whole way, but just hit that line perfectly. The freshman once again coming through.
10th kill for the freshman Molly Creech. She's been great with the precision. Lena Anderson sends it cross court. Kripe dumps it over. Big swing up front from Radishevsky. 2 straight for Miami.
Radishevsky, she's been someone who's kind of been quiet in this match. A lot of kills all around for both teams. She's won only her 6th total attack, but 3 kills, a 500 hitting percentage. She's been efficient when she's been called upon. 2
aces in the mix, too. Taylor Kripe tried to send that one over with the touch. Olin sets up the offense. Far side, can't find the line.
That's been one of the struggles for Taylor Kripe. At times this year, we've seen the power from her, just sometimes the location can be an issue. That time just wide left, and the Red Hawks, they take advantage.
An easy one for Radishevsky. She makes the Chippewas pay. Miami back up 2, and there's another timeout from Ariel Wilson.
Miami, they're just going to make you pay. Any mistake they take advantage of. That's why they've been so successful all year in a team that hasn't made a lot of mistakes all season. But that's really been the difference tonight. The Chippewas, when Miami has had those service errors or some of those mistakes that they usually don't have, they haven't been able to take advantage.
Yeah, both sides really. The errors, 16 of them here from CMU, 15 for Miami. We've kind of hammered it home, but this is a massive game, Jackson. The standings play a massive part in this one, and you can see why. Miami tied with Bowling Green and Akron just around that 6 seed get-in spot. Central Michigan 2 games out because they've got the tiebreaker over Akron. Bowling Green has them in tiebreaker. This one decides a tiebreaker between these 2.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire. Everybody within about a game of each other, those tiebreakers that are going to get real confusing here at the end, but a big opportunity for both teams.
A look at the bracket, how it would play out right now. Miami would be in over Bowling Green because of that 2-game sweep in Oxford last weekend. But right now, a strong field altogether. We are off to probably a phenomenal finish to get into this tournament. So both teams have had their break. 2-point Red Hawks lead. You gotta imagine Coach Wilson trying to get ahead of this momentum shift. The Frisco, Texas native sends it over. Right in front, a couple blocks, kept around under the net. That one goes to Miami. Wow, Radishevsky just played keep away up top.
It was Mill and Radishevsky meeting one-on-one at the net. Radishevsky, she won that battle right there. Starting to tally up a few kills now here in this third set.
Man, the Miami freshmen have been awesome in this match. Brooklyn Connor the other way says, hold your horses.
When the Chippewas need an answer, you might as well go to one of the most efficient attackers in the Mid-American Conference. We've talked about it, second in the MAC in hitting percentage, and right there coming through once again for the Chippewas.
More times than not, she's going to find the hardwood. Denied up front, Abby Olin. That one looks like it didn't quite find the line on the other side, so Miami does get a big point there.
Yeah, Olin in great position there. A nasty block right there. Just couldn't find the line. And the Red Hawks, once again, just kind of extending their lead.
Abby Olin, a little pillow power.
Man, she's been so good tonight. Her 14th kill of the match, a 400 hitting percentage, and just the soft touch right there. The Red Hawks dove for the pancake, just couldn't get it up.
She's been so crafty. She's used everything in her tool belt, and that's a costly mistake for the Maroon and Gold. Back to a 3-point deficit.
Exactly, a very costly mistake. You're down 2, an opportunity to fight back and try and even this one up, and to just have another error and fall down by 3, that really hurts.
We'll see if the Chippewas can get it back here and keep pushing forward. Miami in the driver's seat right now of set 3. But again, it's the service errors for the Red Hawks keeping the Maroon and Gold in it.
That's exactly right. That's really what's kept them in it. Just neither team being able to take advantage of either team's errors. But CMU now kind of getting a gift there, an opportunity here to battle back here in this third set.
12 service errors for the Red Hawks, 7 for Central Michigan. Right in front of the net, Warwick, just a beautiful touch over the net. She has been crafty just as much as Olin has been for the Chippewas.
Just perfect touch right there, right in between that back line of the Chippewas and behind that front line. Really no shot. Langton and Sweers tried to dive for it, just out of both of their reach.
Right now, Red Hawks within reach of set number 3. They've got 47 kills to the Chippewas 40 tonight. Thomas to Raymond, kept in from Karen. Near side, dug out by Kripe, but it's too strong. Here comes Miami. They go back to Williams, soft touch over. Mills sets it. Anderson, Swears. A tip over the net. Miami insists there was a reach over from CMU, but this point is going to the Maroon and Gold.
It was very tight right there. Thomas right near the net, went up, just sent it back over as we get another look here.
She just bats it down. Hey, however does it, 2-point game again. Swears from the line, first time we've seen her. Attempts the block, back over to Miami. Warwick sends over the free ball. Far side, Raymond. Kept in play by Creech. Williams cannot find. Miami scrambling, another free ball. This time, Thomas finds True.
Another great job by Grace Thomas, just reading the defense as she's going to her right. Just a little bit of finesse over that front line to take advantage and add another kill to the count.
A beautiful slide right back. She backtracks, gets this one True. Chippewas back to within 1. Man, all 3 of these sets have been incredible.
And we talked about how important winning that first set is, but now with the 1-1 tie, getting the advantage going into that 4th set can really just give yourself so much confidence and let you play a little freer as this match gets later and later.
Well, there's been a couple crucial free balls, some free gifts of the volleyball with some service errors from Miami. They've got to look to clean that up here. They've been excellent when they let them play. Take a look quick at the road to the tournament, essentially, for CMU. One more against Miami tomorrow, senior night, and then you get the #1 team in the conference. Ball State has been so good. That one, you've got to find a way to get one at least if you can sweep the Red Hawks. And then for Miami, you get the one against Central and two against Eastern. Eastern's had their fair share of struggles, but they're going to come into Oxford trying to play spoiler for Miami.
Yeah, we've seen from Eastern Michigan, they can sneak you and beat you on any night. They're not an easy team to go against. But for the Chippewas, that matchup against Ball State is really key. Ohio, the only team that's been able to beat them in the conference. So these two matches against the Redhawks are so key for CMU.
For both sides, really, you feel a little bit better about Miami being able to take advantage. And talking about taking advantage, a Swears shock puts it down for the service ace. We're tied up.
Coming in this third set, Izzy Swears for the first time all night, her first set, and an ace perfectly placed right there.
Shocking the defense of Miami of Ohio. Near side, they go to Williams. She's blocked at the net. They go back to her. Too strong. Chippewas have the lead.
And a great read by Kripe in the back end right there, realizing that that Williams attack was just a little bit too far past that line, not touching it, and CMU taking that lead back.
It goes back to Swears. Central Michigan trying to pull this one from behind. That's not going to help, though.
No, those hurt, especially late in these sets. That service error from Swears. And now 22-22. It's going to be whoever plays the cleanest to end this third set.
Just some brutal tallies there on the service errors. Swears, they go right back to her. Put up again. Reach can't find her way over the net. They try her again. Tap to the coffin corner. It goes.
And such a great read there. Swears in the back line for CMU. She started just kind of creeping up on that long rally, and a great read there by Creech just to tip it over.
You've got to stay disciplined against this Miami offense. Light tap from Thomas. She needed some power. A massive block, and Miami is 1 point away from getting out of set 3 with a win.
Thomas just mistimed her jump a little bit, couldn't get a whole lot of power on that. And against this Redhawks defense, that's not going to cut it. They're going to block that shot, and they do it right there.
Too strong. Is the service error what the Chippewas need here? Man, it's felt like set 1, set 2. Both teams have almost handed a present to the other. Who can take advantage of it here in set 3? Raymond a slight tap over. Utley sets, near side. Blocked up front, helps Raymond get that. Kripe from a step back, it's dug out beautifully from Williams. From the back line, she sends it over. Blocked. And Lance finishes it off on set 3. Miami with an excellent victory. Miami with the advantage. They've put 2 together. Let's see.
There's a fun connection and maybe even a little reunion going on in this matchup today. Rainey Wademan for Central and Lindy Redashevsky for Miami, they actually went to the same high school and even are in the same graduating class. Redashevsky was the team captain for the volleyball team, and Wademan was one of their star players. So I'm sure it's pretty weird for them to play against each other today. Nathan and Jackson, how would you feel playing against one of your high school teammates? I mean, I feel like it's pretty weird.
Man, it is certainly interesting. I can only imagine getting on the other side of the net and going, I am so used to playing with you, and now I want to beat your team.
And then them having the scouting report on you, that's your teammate. They know what you do better than anyone else, so maybe a little bit of an advantage on both sides here.
Certainly, but both freshmen have played pretty big impacts. But Miami of Ohio, it's been the freshmen getting them over the hump. Creech, Radashevsky, and then even Coyne, they all have been in double digits.
Those three have really led the attack for this Red Hawks team and really have led them to be able to finish out some of these close, tightly contested sets and have given them this 2-1 advantage going into this fourth set.
Well, so far, the theme has been the first point of every set has gone to Miami. Does that hold true? Chippewa's looking for a response after taking a thrilling set one. Good response from the Red Hawks thus far. We've got some substitution questions here. We get set. Everybody's having a little fun here. We've got the cha-cha slide, getting into it. Jackson, what do you think?
I mean, I'm moving a little bit over here. I can feel the rhythm.
We're getting into it. We'll see who's feeling the rhythm here in set 4. Miami will start with it. Molly Creech will send it back this way to the maroon and gold. Left to right. Set 4 underway, and it starts with another service error.
That's the 13th already for the Red Hawks going into this fourth set. So difficult to be able to win like that, but for Miami, they've been able to battle through those errors and come out on top of 2 of these sets already.
One of the lower totals in service errors, 168 coming into this one, but it has started to slowly pile up. And a massive block from Grace Thomas. She says, yeah, I got up there.
We talked about coming in how it's Miami with the blocks, but the Chippewas, they've been able to make an impact on the defensive end too as well so far. 9 blocks in this match.
They are actually out-blocking the leaders in the conference right now. Massive statement from the freshman Coyne. Gets the Red Hawks on the board.
And she's been efficient. 12 kills, a 600 hitting percentage. That is just ridiculous numbers. And that's why they've been consistently going to the freshmen.
We have talked up a lot of different players, but Coyne has gone under the radar. She has been excellent. Swears slight tap, can't complete it. Red Hawks blocked by the Chippewas, and it's sent back over. Near side, Coyne again, rejected. Second attempt, Anderson digs. Mill sets, Raymond pushes over, skipped around, scramble, 3 ball over. Thomas, slight tap, can't go. What a rally. Mill puts it high in the sky. Back to Swears. Skipped around, Red Hawks keeping it in play. Oh my goodness. Thomas can't end it. Near side they go to Coyne. Dug out by Kripe. Strong from Raymond. Miami wins a massive point.
And those rallies, they just give your team so much energy and momentum. You saw the Red Hawk bench up on their feet yelling and just being able to outlast the Chippewas right there.
Man, oh man, that is a energy and massive momentum swinger. And it's only 0.2 for Miami, and you just thought they won the whole thing.
It really felt like it. That would just rally felt like it was never going to end on either side.
Too strong of a dig from Anderson, but the Chippewas have some life. That's too many hits. They've got to get it over. An error from the Chippewas gives Miami their first lead. That's 3 straight here in set 4.
It's felt like the last few sets that the Chippewas, they've gone through some stretches where that attack's just been a little bit out of sorts. A few mistakes here and there. It's really kind of put them behind early in some of these sets.
Grace Thomas gets the Chippewas back in it. 8th kill for her.
And just when the offense hasn't been in rhythm, going back to the bread and butter, those quick sets to the middle, a perfect set right there from Mill, sets up Thomas for another kill.
Swears found the line, dots the ink.
That's happened a few times tonight where some Red Hawks defenders in that back line have let it go, and it's just perfectly been placed on that back line. Swears her second ace already.
7 aces for the Chippewas, 8 service errors. That's a little bit more acceptable for the Chippewas. Mill behind her to Thomas. Can't complete the play. Other way, down the line. There's no touch. It's going to CMU.
No touch is called. The Red Hawks immediately wanted it, but down that line, let's get another look at it here. No touch, very clearly just missed it wide left. The Chippewas, a bit of a run here.
That was excellent over there on the far side, forcing the attacker to go down the line, trying to avoid the defender, which at that point you've got to go into the blocker if you're Miami of Ohio. So some disgruntled things. Obviously they can't see the replay we just saw. Well, here's the explanation. And the fans here in Mount Pleasant are loving it.
Just loving to see a little bit of frustration, just something to get a little bit momentum and confidence on the side of the maroon and gold.
Little crack in the foundation, if you will. Can the Chippewas ride some momentum? They've won 3 straight points. They're up by 2 in a crucial set 4. We still have not seen Abby Olin in this one. She's currently seated on the bench in set 4.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of Izzy Sweer, especially made her first appearance in that 3rd set. Now has started out this 4th set, and she's really made an impact at the service line so far for the Chippewas.
So we've got multiple officials talking to multiple people. Over here nearest us, Keelan Mills asking the line judge for an explanation. There's still no challenge from Dan Gwitt, who is talking with the official, looking for some sort of explanation. If he's not going to pull the card, what is he looking for here, Jackson?
I'm not really sure. Maybe just trying to get some type of explanation, like you said, but especially he can't see that replay, but we saw on our end that even if they do challenge it, that call's not going to go their way.
Some of those CMU alums having some fun with a referee and official over that way. He's currently talking to the scorers. It hasn't changed anything. Central Michigan will have the ball. And now it's the Red Hawks' time to talk to our line judge. Molly Creech wants an explanation. Everybody wants a piece of the explanation. What do you think? Will they come over here next?
I mean, they should get our thoughts over here. We got plenty to say over here.
Hold up the monitor, maybe? Well, now we're communicating between Coach Dan Gwitt. Molly Creech is the explainer. It's still going to Central Michigan. Coach Ariel Wilson's just like, hey, we keep this thing rolling. It will go 6-3. So Central Michigan gets a point there for probably the long-winded explanation. It's going to go sanction CMU officially. Williams denied, sent back. This is a momentum boost for the maroon and gold. They're right in the wave.
Yeah, you're really feeling that the momentum just starts to shift in the favor of the Chippewas. Some frustration on the side of the Red Hawks. And CMU just taking advantage, getting a bit of a rally here in this 4th set.
Well, sometimes those sanctions can get you a big momentum boost on your team, fire them up a little bit. Instead, it works in favor of CMU. That one missed the line on the right side. Sweers tried to work it, couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, tough right there. A back row attack there from Sweers. Just not a whole lot of room to work with down that right side. Just missed the line wide right.
Well, that stops the 5-0 run from CMU. What does Miami have in their bag of tricks for a response? Mill near side. Raymond tries to put it down. It's aggressively sent back over. Raymond tries to push. Rejected. They'll go far side, and Sweers has got to just send over a free ball. Williams, slight touch. Good dig. Sent over from Raymond. Redhawks with the opportunity. Near side. Lance can't complete. Raymond. Corner. Got it.
I mean, you can't go walk over there and place it any better. Natalia Raymond going up and just putting it in that back right corner right on the line in front of that ref, and she makes the call. It's down.
Buried right in front of the referee's eyes. Tough to miss that one. Raymond now sends over the knuckler. Williams on the far side. Rejected up front. The duo of Thomas and Mill get it done again.
It's just a block party for the maroon and gold, changing it up. Now 11 blocks on the night.
They are having a block party here in Mount Pleasant. They're up early. We can't say it enough. This is a crucial part to the weekend. Both teams jockeying for position at that 6th seed. Whoever wins this, if Central gets a win, all of a sudden it's a 3-team race because Bowling Green and Akron play this weekend. If Miami gets a win, they are out in front of the pack. Just huge set 4. Chippewa's trying to stay in it. Near side to Kripe. She goes with a cross-court toss. It stays in. Backline attempt, no good. Kripe out of position, just has to send it over. Near side, Lance gets the deflection, out of play. Miami finds the answer out of the timeout.
One of the few times we've seen a back row attack right there from the Redhawks. And you saw Kripe and you saw Thomas right there going up for the block, just couldn't get a good hand on it, and it goes out of play.
Hats off to the Redhawks finding an answer, but that's a killer. Taylor Kripe.
That one, you just got no shot of stopping. So much power right there from the freshman and right in between all the Redhawks defenders.
A perfect strike threads the needle into the lane. Thomas gets us started. 5-point lead for the maroon and gold. Can't find the line on the near side. Biggest lead of the contest for either side. 6 points in favor of Central Michigan. Thomas over the net, far side. Dug out by Raymond. Swears, slight tap. Dug over from Utley. Near side, Kripe rejected. Mill, tricky tap.
She's just been so good at that tonight, just tossing it over. And that Redhawks defense, they haven't been ready for it one time.
The setter sets her eyes across the court, a no-look heave, beautiful. Add that on 37 assists, pretty good. Nice dig from Raymond. Chippewas will keep this one alive. They send over the free ball. Lance can't put it away. Kripe, another free ball sent over. Set up again. Lance trying to convert. A deflection puts it down for Miami.
Lance, a great job right there, right in the rotation of the CMU defense. They all shifted to the right. Lance went to that back left corner and off the tip from the front line. The Chippewas, they were just a step late and really tough to get to.
We get a look here at Ellie Hansen. A block up front from Mill keeps it alive. Kripe from the back line. Far side. Deflected, out of play. Good swing there from Molly Creech.
every time the Red Hawks have fallen behind, they go to their star, Molly Creech, another opportunity. And every time it feels like when that ball goes towards her, she's going to finish it with a kill.
14 kills, rather 13 for Creech. Kripe, beautiful. She's seeing it well.
Her 9th kill of this match. Hasn't had maybe the efficiency she's wanted, but every time just continues to answer back, not afraid, every time with that power, and that time gets it down for that kill.
A freshman rivalry starting to form, perhaps. Lance says, hold on. The senior wants a piece of this. A Holland, Michigan native, junior year rather, but West Ottawa, she was incredible down there in the 6-1-6. Hicks from the back line sends it over. Raymond puts it up. Mill, Connor, kept in from Swears. Kripe, rejected. Another attempt, 3rd time's the charm. Yes!
How about Izzy Swears? Ever since being entered into this match, she's really made an impact. We've seen some changes to the rotation a bit here in this 4th set. No Abby Olin, a lot more Izzy Swears, and she's gotten her opportunity, and she's taken advantage.
She surely has. We still see Abby Olin on the bench, but no movement there as the Red Hawks get a point back. You've got to keep an eye on Abby Olin down there. Is she all right? Will we see her again?
Yeah, a bit surprising, especially with the offensive output that she's had tonight. 15 kills, but we also have seen all year that head coach Ariel Wilson, she's not afraid to, when things aren't going right, to make some tweaks to the rotation.
And Swears has certainly filled that role. Raymond sends a strike that's put in the air. Williams sends it up. Quick dig over from Mill. That time the Red Hawks finally connect on it. Right, beautiful hustle. Near side, Raymond looking for the touch. She gets it. What a hustle play from the Chippewas.
How about the effort right there by the freshman, and then the senior, Natalia Raymond, finishes it off, rewards the hustle, and gets the point.
Wow. All it takes is a little hustle. They don't say hustle can outplay talent for no reason. Coin connects.
Man, has she been efficient. And it's also been with just the power. Lauren Coyne, now her 14th kill of the match and a .542 hitting percentage.
No attacking errors for the freshman. She's come up in some massive spots. Radishevsky sends it over. Raymond can't finish off the play. Quick toss to Thomas. Coyne kept alive. Williams. Swears can't complete. Far side, Williams rejected, kept in play. Near side, Coyne down the line, no.
And one of the few times Lauren Coyne has missed. Every time she gets an attack opportunity, it feels like it's going down for a kill, but that time the Chippewas, they win the long rally and the defense comes through.
Well, they force Lauren Coyne down the near line, and that time not so comfortable. She's been working a lot cross court. 6-point lead, biggest of the game for either side. Coyne, they go right back to her, kept alive from Raymond, but she pushed it back out of the reach of Alina Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson wasn't expecting the initial block. She almost dove forward onto the ground, had to get up off her feet just to try and dive and get a hand on that, just out of her reach.
Well, here's the current situation. Set 4, these two teams going back and forth, trading points. It's a 5-point lead for the Chippewas. The Red Hawks need to put a couple together. Near side, Raymond. They get it back, and they get the tip from Kripe in the back line. There's a couple pair together for Miami.
Yeah, and although the Chippewas, they had that 5-point lead, you know you're going to have to finish off this Miami team. They're not going to lose any set quietly. And now as the set and the points start to trickle down a little bit, the Chippewas, they got to close this one out if they want to force a fifth.
They lead it by 4. We've got a timeout on the floor. So both teams trying to regroup, get out of the break strong. What are you looking for this set 4? To finish strong for the Chippewas or put yourself back into this one if you're Miami?
For Miami, especially now with an opportunity to serve, look for them to get a bit more aggressive once again at the service line. They had 4 aces through those first 2 sets, only 1 ace the last 2, so it really hasn't been a factor for this Miami team, but it gave them a lot of success early, so look for them to go back to that.
For the Chippewas, I'm sure you don't want to hear this, but service errors have been a big momentum shift in this contest. There's been a lot of factors, and we've really hit the nail on the head with the momentum, but boy, that is a big piece of this volleyball game.
It's so important for both sides, especially with how tightly contested all these sets have been. Every error just so key.
And still no sign of the kill leader for the Chippewas, Abby Olin. She takes another seat. 15 kills, 42% on the hitting. She's been good, but the Chippewas have continued forward without her. A massive set 4. This plays big into tournament applications. Dug out by Raymond. Thomas cross court. Redhawks looking for a response. Deep into the corner and goes. Everybody shifted to the left side. Kripe just ran out of time.
Like you said, Sweers kind of stepped up from that left side. Kripe tried to run all the way to that deep corner to make up for it. Just a step too late. Great effort by the freshman. Just couldn't get it done.
We've got another check. We're going to take another look at this play here. But boy, the Redhawks have done such a good job of rotating the Chippewas over, attacking cross court to the corner. That's been just such an efficient task here from Dan Gwitt's group.
And just, you got to give them credit for being able to read that on the fly, just trying to set up their attack, but also being able to pay attention to the defense to know where they're playing.
They're checking here if Kripe got a hand on this. She definitely there, probably a touch. Good effort, but yeah, definitely a swat out. Just too much ground to cover for the freshman who was all the way on this left side.
Yeah, and we've seen her be able to cover that ground. We saw it earlier in this set, some diving efforts from her to dig out some of these attacks, but like you said, just a step too late.
What a thriller this has been. We've had a lot of these. Do you want to take another chance at this? Another stab?
We're just going to keep with it, what the call was on the court. Looked pretty clean cut to me.
Hey, I don't blame you there. That's kind of been the memo, so stick to what you're confident in. Wow, just there's been some massive looks at things, some reviews, and then just some incredible offense on both sides. 61 total kills for the Redhawks, 50 for Central Michigan.
And besides the service errors, the actual attack errors, there hasn't been a whole lot of them on either side. Both teams really playing very efficiently and not letting any team really take advantage or go on huge scoring runs in any of these sets.
Well, this will continue if it goes in favor of Miami. A scoring run for them, 3-0. But if not, that breaks it up. Some looks, a couple of the Chippewas, some former players from last year over there right behind the scores table. Former head coach Mike Golick is back there rooting on some of his former athletes. A long look at this one. I gotta say, hats off to them for coming out for Alumni Day. And I love those overalls, man. Where do I get a pair?
Those overalls are great. I might need a pair too. Just really, it's been huge just to bring in some energy and some life to try and will this CMU team to get a victory here and make a push towards that MAC tournament.
Maybe by tomorrow we can get us a pair of those overalls after the game. I think either side. A lot of the MAC teams do those overalls. They're so great across all of MACtion. So now a 3-point lead for CMU. Deep in set 4 now. Mill goes to Thomas. Kept alive from Miami. Williams far side. Ripe can't keep it in. A massive run right now from Miami.
Just a huge answer from the Red Hawks and just showing why they've been able to be successful here in Mid-American Conference play. Just even when they go down, they battle back and just put the pressure on the other team.
Well, they continue to do that. Can the Chippewas stop the run? They go to their leader, Raymond, and she connects.
The senior getting her 9th kill of the match. One of the few times where she's had an open attack opportunity where she hasn't had a defender right in her face ready to block it, and she takes advantage right there.
Clearly the scouting report has been take away Natalia Raymond. They go back to Williams. She can't complete the kill. Right back to Raymond from the back line. Again, back to Williams. Too strong. Central Michigan puts a pair together.
And a great answer by the Chippewas, not panicking once the Red Hawks went on that 4-point run. It's so easy once you have that lead and a team starts creeping back to kind of start pressing and forcing things. But the Chippewas, they've responded well.
Good response on the other end from the Red Hawks. Again, Chippewas getting lost in transition on the defensive side, and Miami going cross court to find that weak point. Keeps us within 3. Mill to Thomas. Count it.
Just adding to the kill count. Grace Thomas running to her right on that outside where she's most comfortable and getting her 9th kill here in this 4th set.
All smiles for the 2024 second team All-MAC and All-Freshman teamer. She's now at the service line. Lance tried to find the corner. Precision again.
And we've seen it on both sides, just the accuracy to be able to put it deep into these corners and have the confidence to do that and be able to execute is another thing as well.
It was a breakout year for Lance last year. She was second on the Red Hawks in kills with 210. Kripe! Oh my goodness! A missile!
Showing off why she's the kill leader of this team. Just an absolute missile like you said there, Nathan. A good opportunity on the attack, and she takes advantage.
Wow! Miami keeps it alive. They get it finally back to Creech. She's been quiet. Tapped over from Swears. Nobody looking, but Chippewas were into the net.
Almost perfectly placed there by Swears. Once again, just in the net. A tough break right there if you're CMU, but the Red Hawks, now an opportunity, kind of catching a break there to take advantage here.
First-year head coach Ariel Wilson having a discussion with the officials. The forward momentum there for Swears kind of took her shoulder, it looked like, into the net. That keeps the Chippewas at bay, but they stay up by 3. Everything is going silent here as Wilson gets her turn with our officials. Gwitt has had his fair share. 2 Penn State coaches, well, former players, men's team for Gwitt, a legend on the women's side for Wilson. They shared a hug in the pregame. They saw each other. They had a little brief run-in when Wilson came in as a freshman and Gwitt was a senior. So some familiarity with the former Nittany Lions. Connor, first time we've seen her. The deflection goes right to the official. She says, and it's going to CMU.
Connor, she hasn't had a whole lot of attack opportunities here in this 4th set, but they set her up quickly in the middle right there, her favorite spot to be, and that's why she's been so efficient, so much power, and gets the kill once again.
6 kills for Connor, but it's been on pretty efficient hitting, 357. Soft touch over from Kripe, set up to the middle, and struck down by Coyne.
We've seen Coyne mostly on the outside. That time takes advantage of a quick set in the middle. Chippewas weren't ready for it. Once again, just kind of rotating and one step too late.
It's been some excellent slides on both sides. They've really shown a lot of different offensive looks, Jackson. And right there, the service error has always come back to bite somebody. That time it's Molly Creech in Miami. 3 points for the Chippewas away from putting away set 4 and forcing a set 5. Hannah Langton sends over the ball. They work far side, and it's struck down for the kill.
Williams on the outside there. The Chippewas were in a decent position there for the block, just weren't able to get a hand on it. Another nice swing from Williams.
Do the Redhawks have a late rally in set 4? Too strong from the true freshman Radashevsky, and now Central 2 away.
These service errors just coming at the worst possible times for the Redhawks, trying to battle back late in this 4th set and just giving CMU opportunities to finish them off.
It has really felt like for both sides, these service errors have come late in sets. There's another one. It's when we hit that 20 range that the service errors are just popping up.
And especially if the Redhawks end up making a comeback here in this 4th set, that one's really going to hurt. An opportunity for CMU to put Miami away, only needing 2 points to end this 4th set. Just giving Miami another opportunity at it.
3-point lead. Can Miami draw it closer? Raymond near side, can't be corralled. Chippewas 1 away. There's a big whistle, a timeout. Miami of Ohio. Dan Gwitt wants to talk it over. He's trying to see if he can get his squad out of here in 4.
Yeah, you don't want to get to that 5th set if you're Miami, especially with it only needing 15 points to end it. At that time, just so many things can go wrong, and the Chippewas, they really have a lot of the momentum. We felt it these last few rallies. Everything has really kind of gone their way.
Well, here's the big kicker. When you look at set 5s this season, if you're playing the numbers game, CMU 0-3 this season in 5-setters. Miami of Ohio 6-3, but 4-0 in MAC play. Quite the opposite stories as well.
Yeah, we look at CMU, their first 3 losses in MAC play were all 5-setters. And like you said, the Redhawks, they've been so good in them. So a bit of an opposite feeling here. Chippewas trying to force it to that 5th set where they haven't really had the most success this year.
At the end of the day, it doesn't quite matter when it comes in November with so much on the line. This is what MAC volleyball is about. 4-point lead in set 4 for the Maroon and Gold. They're looking for that final kill to get them to that crucial set 5. Natalia Raymond will take it from the service line. The Poland native has been a leader in MAC play. And that is not what you're looking for if you're the Maroon and Gold. A service error.
Just at the worst times at both sides, no one can just finish each other off, just letting the other one get another opportunity.
Raymond sets it up. Near side, Kripe. It's into the air. Williams keeps it alive. Far side, Creech. Denied and done. Central Michigan wins set 4. Mount Pleasant magic is alive. We've got set 5 coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Central is just on fire, and a big help has been not just from their depth, but from the confidence that Coach Wilson can put into their freshmen, especially player Taylor Kripe. She has just fit into this Chippewa squad so easily, and you just would not believe that she is a freshman out there on that court. Kripe is fierce at the net. She's averaging 10 kills per game, which is equivalent to the veteran hitters on the team. Having these strong freshmen allows Coach Wilson to just rotate these players in and out, and this will also be great for the future of this program because they are losing 6 seniors this year. Well, we're going into the 5th set, and this should definitely be exciting.
It certainly should, Tessa. Thank you so much. She's right, though. Taylor Kripe has looked extremely confident. On the other side, so have all the freshmen for the Redhawks.
And for Kripe, she's done it on the offensive end and the defensive end, leading the team with 20 digs. She's just been fantastic on the defensive side. And like you said, for the Redhawks, it's been multiple freshmen that have came through and made an impact here tonight.
So many career highs. Kripe with those 20 digs you just talked about. How about the center? Kaylin Mill, a career high 7 blocks. She's getting busy at the net and running the offense. 45 assists for her.
Yeah, she's been fantastic tonight, mostly known for her passing, but she's been playing up near that front line for the Chippewas here tonight, and she's been fantastic, disrupting that Red Hawk attack.
Well, here we go. The big set 5, winner take all in a crucial MAC contest. We've got some news from around the league. Western has locked themselves in. Buffalo looking to take down Toledo, keep themselves in the race, and Akron pulls off a massive sweep against Bowling Green. So those will play into factor into the standings. That puts Bowling Green at 7-8 in the conference. The loser, if it's Miami, will be at 7-8. If Central loses, it's a tough uphill battle then when you get Miami tomorrow and then 2 against Ball State. So you've got to imagine the maroon and gold, they really want this one here in set 5.
Exactly right. This one's so crucial for the Chippewas. Like you said, especially with those 2 matches against Ball State, who's really been unbeatable in conference play for anyone not named Ohio. So huge to just win this first match and build some confidence going into senior night tomorrow.
And you've got to imagine that's a high momentum game, so you know the seniors specifically, all of these players are going to play hard for one another in their final game at home in front of this incredible Mount Pleasant crowd. But they want to get this one done. They haven't won a 5-setter this season. Bowling Green, rather Miami, is no stranger. They beat Bowling Green just last weekend. They are 4-0 in MAC play in these 5 sets. So Central Michigan will start. That'll be the freshman Taylor Kripe. Oozing confidence from a big contest. She's got a double-double. Set up on the near side. Far hit from Williams. Diving dig from Kripe. In front of the net. Put down from Connor.
How about the effort all night from Taylor Kripe? Multiple diving saves, and it sets up Connor for the quick set, the go-to of this Chippewa attack, and getting her first kill of this 5th set.
Let's see if the Chippewas can stack a pair or if Miami will find that response. Williams finds it.
You just got a feeling this might be how this 5th set goes. Back and forth, neither team being able to really take advantage, just answering each other with every point.
Man, nearly almost 2 hours ago, CMU set 1. They won by 2, 33-31. Here we are in a set 5. Swears, a shocker.
Swears not entering this match until the 3rd set, but ever since she has really made an impact. Her 3rd kill, and she's got 2 aces to add on to that total.
She came in. Abby Olin has been sidelined for this one at this point. Put up in the air. Miami looking for an answer. Mill puts it up. Thomas sends over the free ball. Coyne sets it up in front. Warwick comes in a big spot. There's the senior.
And although she's known for her defense, she's also made an impact on the attack for the Red Hawks. Her 7th kill of the match. She's also been very efficient with 16 total attacks, a .333 hitting percentage.
She's got 3 blocks. She's top 10 in the nation in that category. Most of them have been assisted, but you're right. The offense has shown through. Quick attack from Thomas, answered by Miami. Dug out from Kripe in front of the net. And Warwick just leans over and puts it down.
Just a tough dig there by Kripe, not meaning to get it over the net, but does. And the Redhawks, they take advantage, getting the easy kill and taking that 1-point lead.
First lead of set 5 for the Redhawks. The Lehigh Valley transfer sends it over. A bad pass sends Raymond into the net. 2-point lead for Miami.
Just a bit of miscommunication there on the side of the Chippewas. Mill and Raymond kind of looked at each other for a second, not sure who was going to go for it, and ends up getting the air.
A massive error there. A timeout called. Action is alive and well. We are in a crucial set 5. Both of these teams looking to make their path to the tournament a little easier. Right now, Miami a 2-point lead. Big timeout for the Chippewas. Let's see how the Redhawks respond. Mill to Thomas. That's a well-drawn-up offensive attack.
And every time it feels like out of a timeout, the Chippewas, they go back to that go-to, the quick set to the middle. And who other than Grace Thomas? She's been so good tonight. Her 10th kill of this match.
That goes along with 8 blocks. Pretty impressive from the former second-team All-MAC. A crucial service error. Man, you got to try to avoid those on both sides. Both sides have been rough. You've got in total 15 for Miami, 11 for the Chippewas. Sent over from Hanson. Thomas trying to work through the blockers. Other way, Raymond. Kept alive by Creech. Attack dug out by Kripe. Excellent work from the freshman. Anderson sends over the free ball. Utley to Warwick. Kripe tries to dig it out. No good. Miami is riding momentum.
And you can just feel the energy coming off that Redhawks sideline. Right there, Warwick, the quick set, just so much power, gets the kill, and then the sideline, they erupt.
Miami is certainly feeling good here in set 5. Big block up front. Thomas tries to work through. Touched by the Redhawks, down out of play. Good comeback here from the Chippewas on that set.
And now the Chippewas, they're going to have to limit some of those errors now that they've fallen behind by multiple points. Only down 2 now, but going to have to clean some things up. They want to come back in this 5th set.
They have yet to put multiple together. Let's see if they can do that here. Looking for the line. And both officials just looked at each other and said, I don't know. They just ruled it central. An ace for Natalia Raymonds.
Coach Wilson was looking right at the official saying that's down, but I don't know, miscommunication by both officials not being able to make a call, but that one looked in.
Raymond might have just dotted the line. Both officials, I cannot make this up, looked at one another and said, I don't know. Oh my goodness. This is madness.
I don't think I've seen anything like that. We've seen plenty of challenges tonight, plenty of questionable calls, conversations between coaches and officials, but that time, both officials just looked at each other, both like deer in headlights.
An official's challenge, it's going to Miami after a discussion, and Coach Wilson's got the green card out. She says, listen, no matter what, We are challenging this. If this does not go our way, you had to imagine Dan Gwitt was the same way with it.
And she's clearly very frustrated, not really sure how there could be a change on that call like that, just between the officials talking to each other. Like you said, got to use a challenge right there.
That is a massive play. That makes the difference between a 1-point and a 3-point game in set 5. So we will take a look at this one. Natalia Raymond, the senior, did she find that white line? Man, this place is going to erupt if that is ruled in, which it's tough to tell from that first angle we saw. McClure was kind of blocking our view. Here's another look at it. Right there. It's so tough because the foot of McClure is kind of guarding that line as well. Man.
Yeah, the initial bounce, it is hard to tell. Looks like it might have just been inside or on the line. But the fact that they just changed it on the court, I don't know if they're going to be able to reverse it now.
I am more shocked that our head official looked and said, I didn't see it. It was right in front of him. In all respect to them, they have a ridiculous job. But, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen where the officials just openly go, I don't know. A long discussion about this one. Whoever's on the wrong side of this is not going to be happy. I've got to have good evidence on this one. And they're going to CMU. Aces are wild here in Mount Pleasant.
We've just had 3 different calls right there. Natalia Raymond puts it perfectly, getting her first ace of the night. And like you said, a huge swing, especially with the point differential. Now just a 1-point lead for Miami.
The fans are loving it. Coach Gwitt, not quite as much of a fan. 1-point lead for the Red Hawks. Raymond again. Utley near side, pushed over. Mill, far side, Kripe, count it!
Just no shot for that Red Hawk back line. They shifted to the left. Kripe took advantage, put it perfectly, and just so much power behind that right hand.
She has come up in some big spots. Raymond's another sent over. Blocked up by the Chippewas. Anderson, back to Kripe, rejected. Raymond keeps it going. Back to Kripe, it's knocked down. Emotions are everywhere.
You can just feel how important this match is for both of these teams. Every single time anyone gets a point, just the energy from both sides. Nobody is going to give an inch.
Kripe again. They're setting it up, but did Kripe get into the net? It's down, doesn't matter. Miami has built another 2-point lead. Both sides will switch. Oh my goodness, Jackson. This is the edge of your seat game that we expected coming into this weekend.
And we've seen it all night. Every set just so tightly contested, and it's only right for this 5th set to be the exact same way.
Chippewas need another run. 2 straight for the Red Hawks. Absolute cinema in Mount Pleasant. And oh, by the way, we do have another one tomorrow.
Yeah, these 2 teams, they got to have another match tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see who can have the legs for tomorrow, just with the way tonight's been.
So much energy, so much stress. Kripe rejected, but it's out of play. A massive swing from the freshman.
A huge swing and so close to being on that line, just a little wide. And the Chippewas have cut it down to 1 once again.
1-point deficit for the maroon and gold. A swing, a block, tie game.
The Red Hawks, they go to their freshman star, Molly Creech, but Grace Thomas and Keelan Miller right there to just send it right back and tie this match up.
The Chippewas are out blocking the leader in the MAC right now. Set up on the far side. They go back to Creech. This time she works through the blockers.
And that's why she's been the kill leader for this Red Hawk team. Even when she gets blocked, that's not going to change any of her confidence. She's going to go right back to it, and she gets a huge kill for Miami.
15 kills for the freshman. She will not be denied. Hicks over the line. They go back to Kripe. Beautiful textbook from the freshman.
We got senior day tomorrow, but it's freshman day tonight. To both freshmen taking over for both of these teams. Taylor Kripe responds right back.
Welcome to Freshman Friday, my friends. Blocked in front of the net from CMU. Kripe can't complete a block. And two Chippewas, Mill and Raymond, collided.
And you're just seeing how much this match means to both teams. Right there, the Chippewas, multiple players putting their body on the line for that one. Almost collided. Thankfully, both are okay.
Right now, you look at it, Raymond working on that left ankle, Mill, the left elbow. They're both continuing in. Boy, both teams want this more than the other. Who will prevail? 5 points away for the Red Hawks. Near side, they go back to Kripe. Out of play. Coach Quitt just took one for Miami.
Tried to go back to the freshman right there. Showed off the power, just not a whole lot of control on that shot. Almost just drilled the Red Hawks head coach.
Man, he took that one tough, just like he expects his team to tough this one out. Brooklyn Connor says not so fast.
And that's why she's second in the MAC in hitting percentage, just perfectly placed in that back right corner and in a moment where the Chippewas, they really needed it.
Here's CMU, you're looking for that tying point. Who do you go to here? Williams, dug out by Kripe. Swears, yes!
The freshman Taylor Kripe, she can play offense, she can also play defense. What a dig to set up the sophomore Izzy Swears to add another kill to her total.
The heroics from Izzy Swears right now, keeping the maroon and gold in it. Coyne, the light touch, kept alive by Kripe. Mill sends it over. Near side, Coyne again, finds it.
And Coyne, she's been so good tonight at just being able to read that Chippewa defense and read the rotations and putting it perfectly in those corners. That time, she put it right on the money in that left corner.
16 kills, just as much as Brooklyn Connor has been efficient, so has Coyne. Connor, kept alive by the Red Hawks. There's whistles, too many hits, and Connor finds the response.
Connor right off the face of a Red Hawk defender. The Miami side, they're confused. They don't think they had too many hits there. Whistles were blown, though. And the Chippewas, they take advantage, tying this one up.
Tied at 12. We're going to get a timeout from Miami. Career days on both sides. Neither side giving an inch.
Just so important in this match. You feel like whoever wins this one really sets themselves up nicely for tomorrow, just to have that confidence and that momentum to continue to build for each of these teams' races to make in the conference tournament.
So much on the line. You didn't know what was going to happen. The Chippewas, they had lost 2 straight at home, 3 in total. Miami, a massive hot hand, beating Bowling Green, losing, unfortunately, to Ball State. But you felt like the Red Hawks had the momentum. CMU said it doesn't matter. Our fans are here. We are going to show out. And everybody has played their part on both sides.
Exactly, like you said, the Red Hawks, they did have momentum. Up 2-1. The Chippewas had their backs against the wall in that 4th set. They persevered, and especially in this 5th set where Miami, they got out to that hot start. CMU has just continued to answer back and respond.
Everything you've wanted and more from this match between these two. They have put everything onto the court, and one of these teams has to lose. Tied at 12. Man. Hannah Langton at the line. All-MAC freshman teamer from a year ago. Near side. Coyne. Got it. A career day for Coyne, her 18th kill.
She's just been fantastic. And Kripe right there, just a step late. She's been so good with those digs. 24 digs tonight, a career high. Just wasn't able to dig that one out. And Coyne adds another kill to the count.
Miami trying to put this one away. Does Central Michigan have a little bit more magic inside McGurk? Utley will send the serve over. Wright puts it up. Swears got the post. It's going to Miami. One away for the Red Hawks.
Just tough right there for Swears. The pass a little out to her right. Couldn't keep it within the post right there. Hit it off of it. And Miami just 1 point away here now.
Both teams have gone toe-to-toe. Miami has 1 point away from putting this one away and getting a massive win on the road. Can Central Michigan keep this one in it? Utley from the line. Mill. Raymond rejected, and that'll do it. The Red Hawks survive in a thriller.
It was the Chippewas dominating the block category all night, but how fitting. The leading team in the conference in the block category ends this fifth set with a block of their own.
It would only be the blocks that do it. Central Michigan was actually the leader in that category, but what a win from Miami of Ohio. They have to feel great heading into tomorrow.
Yeah, just so much confidence, pulling out that fifth set once again. Now moving to undefeated in fifth set matchups in conference play.
A big win for the Red Hawks. They are steps closer to the MAC tournament, and we get to do it all again tomorrow. For myself, Nathan Arbaugh, for my partner, Jackson Bickers, for Tessa Nico, and the rest of our crew here in Mount Pleasant, we will see you again tomorrow. The Red Hawks get a massive win on the road.